Whatever it may go up higher, maybe go up higher. Look, the higher it goes, the more likely it is they're going to build. And ultimately, the biggest win is not the tariff. That's a big win. That's a lot of money.
But the president says it'd be an even bigger deal if companies choose to manufacture steel and aluminum in the U.S., creating a lot of jobs. Now, he'd threatened to double the tariff on those metals coming in from Canada. Angry Ontario had put a 25% charge on electricity sent to some U.S. states. But the president backed down after Ontario Premier Doug Ford canceled the charge.
I thought this was the right decision. They understand how serious we are.
The talks in Saudi Arabia the U.S. had with Ukraine could lead to a 30-day ceasefire in the war. If Russia agrees to it, Ukraine has.
Russia's been easier to deal with so far than Ukraine, which is not supposed to be the way it is, but it is, and we hope to get Russia.
President Trump had frozen U.S. assistance to Ukraine, including intelligence sharing, days after an Oval Office meeting with Zelensky ended abruptly and without any deal. After the ceasefire proposal, the Trump administration lifted those suspensions.
Fox's Jared Halpern in the White House. As the president works to eliminate the Department of Education, he's ordered half its workforce be cut, let go. Secretary Linda McMahon tells Fox they'll be sure.
The grants, the appropriations that come from Congress, all of that are being met. And none of that's going to fall through the cracks.
Getting rid of the entire department would require approval in Congress, which Democrats might block, and they could do the same to this.
On this vote, the yeas are 217. The
House Republicans passed a spending bill last night trying to prevent a government shutdown ahead of Friday's deadline, but Democrats oppose what they say are program funding cuts. Could be a compromise in the Senate. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Two crashes miles apart. It's 42 degrees on Monument Circle with a clear radar. Another beautiful day on tap. Your high today, 73. I'm Ryan Hedrick for cbontheaddiction.org. Here's what's trending at 6:02. Two men are in bad shape this morning following separate motorcycle crashes that happened miles and minutes apart. The first crash took place on the east side along East Washington Street at about 8. The man suffered what the cops are saying was a severed leg, and they believe alcohol was in play because they found beer cans at that scene. About 30 minutes later, another crash happened on the far east side of Indy along Post Road, and the cops are still looking into the cause of that crash. A woman missing for 6 days was alive when she was found inside of a wrecked car along a county road. Chris Davis has that story.
Breonna Castle from Wheatfield in Jasper County had been missing since last week. And Tuesday, she was found alive inside a car that was stuck in a farm drainage ditch in northwest Indiana near the town of Brook in Newton County. She was hurt, but she was able to talk to the rescuers who pulled her out. Her car was discovered by a worker from a drainage and excavation company who went and got his boss, who was the chief of the Morocco Volunteer Fire Department. Together, they discovered Castle inside the car. Once she was removed from the car, which was partially submerged in water, she was flown to a Chicago hospital. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You may have heard that there was supposed to be a tornado drill that happened on Tuesday, but if you live in Marion County, you probably didn't hear the sirens because Marion County Emergency Management says those sirens failed. The National Weather Service said the test was part of Severe Weather Preparedness Week, which happens through Saturday. Marion County officials are looking into this. In men's college hoops, Indiana faces Oregon in the Big Ten tournament at Gainbridge Fieldhouse on Thursday. Here's John Herrick.
When Indiana lost to Oregon back on March 4th, they only shot 7 free throws, while Oregon made 19 out of 21 free throws. IU radio color analyst Eric Sewer says the free throw line will be significant in the rematch.
If you're getting to the free throw line, it's because you're doing some of the things offensively that are important to winning.
Like attacking the basket and being aggressive, he says. Tip-off is at noon on Thursday. Pre-game coverage starts at 11 right here on 93 WIBC. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And the Pacers beat the Bucks 115-114. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together in 1 minute. It's 6:04.
Hey, Wings Etc. fans, guess what? March 10th through 13th is Wings Schooner Madness. We're rolling back prices on award-winning wings and big ice cold schooners to just 69 cents for wings and $5 for domestic schooners. Dine in only. Mark your calendars for March 10th through 13th and get great deals on wings and domestic schooners when you dine in for Wings Schooner Madness. March 10th through 13th, only at your local Wings Etc. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub with 15 Central Indiana locations and online at wingsetc.com.
All right, we have a stall on the entrance from West Street to northbound 65. It is a open entrance ramp, but it is partially blocked right now. And also northbound 65 at the White River between MLK and the White River. This is another stall blocking the left lane northbound 65 as you're heading out of downtown. Traffic sponsored by the Tile Shop. Pros get more at the Tile Shop. More selection like new wood and vinyl flooring options for every budget. More perks and more service like free curbside pickup. Start getting more at the Tile Shop. Visit your local showroom today. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What are you doing?
Hey, Tony. Good morning. It is a beautiful day again today. It has been wonderful so far this week. Another one. In fact, we may be a little bit warmer this afternoon with sunshine. No problems weather-wise. A high of 73. Mostly cloudy skies through the overnight. Don't think we'll be as crisp as where we're at right now. A low down to 49. Same thing tomorrow. Thursday, partly cloudy. Mild, a high of 72. There might be a spotty shower or storm south of the city Thursday afternoon, but most will be dry. Friday, breezy, partly cloudy, warm, a high of 77. Got to watch out for maybe some strong to severe storms coming in late Friday night into early Saturday morning.
That is Marcus Bailey of Wish TV. Appreciate it, Marcus. Thank you. As always, 43 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:07. It's a ceasefire. Maybe. The question is, will the Russians accept? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Great to be with you. It was the announcement yesterday from Marco Rubio and Mike Waltz.
One interest is ending this war once and for all. Today we made an offer that the Ukrainians have accepted, which is to enter into a ceasefire and into immediate negotiations to end this conflict in a way that's enduring and sustainable and accounts for their interests, their security, their ability to prosper as a nation. I want to personally we both want to thank the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, His Majesty, for hosting us, for making this possible. They've been instrumental in this process, and we're very grateful to them for hosting us here today. And hopefully we'll take this offer now to the Russians. And we hope that they'll say yes, to peace. The ball is now in their court. And but again, the president's objective here is, number one, above everything else, he wants the war to end. And I think today Ukraine has taken a concrete step in that regard. We hope the Russians will reciprocate.
It is a 30-day ceasefire proposal. Tony Katz, that's me, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Of course, there's the theory that Putin doesn't want a ceasefire. I do not know if that is accurate. There has been a real ramp up in the attacks, in the bombings, drones, etc. This has caught the ire of President Trump. There's been conversations about sanctions on banking and other things to the Russians. The generalized theory is that, well, Ukraine can't hold on, which is true. They simply cannot outlast the Russians. The Russians can throw more bodies at this thing. They need to deal more than the Russians. The Russians sense weakness. They're doing what they can to be able to get more advantage if this comes to an end. There is another theory, and that theory is the Russians are not in great shape. As the Ukrainians have exposed for the world to see, the Russians don't have a military that can fight anything. They've got hardware and they have nuclear weapons. But an actual fighting force that could take on another comparable fighting force, remember, the Ukrainians are not comparable to the Russians. They just have been able to hold their own. I'm talking about in terms of size. If the Russians had to take on an actual fighting force, the Russians would fall in 7 seconds. And I know this because every analysis said that Ukraine would fall in 3 days. The Russians may realize that they've got more problems than they know. Well, then they'll admit to. They may have problems with finding people. If they have to start going into St. Petersburg and Moscow to conscript people, that is going to turn public sentiment against Putin, and that's a fight he might not want to have. There's only so many North Koreans you can pay for. And certainly, if you see oil prices going down, as the late Senator John McCain said, maybe the only thing he ever said accurate, Russia is a gas station masquerading as a country. Oil is at $66 a barrel. You start seeing that go down to $60 a barrel. Russia's got real issues with trying to sell its energy. This is how the U.S. bankrupted the Soviets and Gorbachev and won the Cold War. This was the final step. So Russia may need out of this. Get some land, which is, of course, the objective, because, of course, Putin is an expansionist power. I know what Tucker says. He's just wrong on this. I'm willing to discuss this anywhere. And what's my proof? Just Putin's history. It's not to say Ukraine's great or Zelensky's great. It's just a recognition of what's happened over these last years. He may want out. He may need that off-ramp. This may be what he wants, but he's got to do it with strength. I don't know. I don't think any of us do. But this was step one. And now, of course, we got to see where that mineral rights deal is. Because if there's a mineral rights deal, well, then there's going to be U.S. assurances of security. Because the U.S. is going to protect its interest. Let's see what happens next, shall we? Tony Katz, that's me, by the way, 93 WIBC, good morning.
This is Alex Brown. A bill on potential nuclear power in Indiana moves forward. More at 6:32 on Inside Indiana Business. Brought to you by the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick. Available now wherever podcasts can be found and at InsideIndianaBusiness.com.
Hey, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. Tax season is here, and what better way to reinvest in your home than with brand new energy-efficient windows? During Universal Windows Direct's Tax Time Sale, you can save big while making your home more comfortable and energy efficient. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and there's no limit. And here's something that will make your wallet even happier. Pay no interest until 2030. That's right, no interest for the next 6 years, making it easier than ever to afford the quality windows your home needs. But wait, there's more. This month only, Universal Windows Direct is giving you an extra $500 off your home improvement project. Whether you need a few windows or a full home upgrade, this bonus savings makes now the perfect time to act. Now, some restrictions may apply, so call today for your free in-home estimate. 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. UniversalWindowsDirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions, Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
Right now, you need that feeling of security in your financial investments, and maybe you're not quite getting it. Call the investment team at Trajan Wealth. They can help you reclaim that peace of mind with a second opinion. Matt Bear here. Hey, Trajan Wealth has this foundation of mutual respect and understanding. It dedicates the time needed to listen to your goals and educate you on the options. Call to schedule your first appointment. The first one is free. 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan Wealth is veteran-led by former Marine Jeff Jr. and has decades of experience in planning and customizing financial portfolios. They will develop a wealth management plan that reflects your values. Call and schedule at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first consultation is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Meanwhile, at Xfinity.
So, influencer life going well?
Oh, yeah. I'm up to 32 followers.
Oh, that's something.
Yeah, posting my tap dancing videos is easier than ever because we engineered Xfinity Internet with 99.99% network reliability.
Plus, Xfinity Mobile with Wi-Fi Power Boost gives you ultra-fast Wi-Fi at home and on the go. But wait, tap dancing? You don't tap dance.
Hey, what I lack in skill, I make up with passion.
Do more of what you love and love how fast you do it with Xfinity Internet and mobile. Now through April 17th, get 300 megabit Xfinity Internet and one unlimited mobile line together for $30 a month for 1 year and save $1,000 in your first year over Verizon and AT&T. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Savings compared to Verizon 5G Internet plus one unlimited welcome line and AT&T Internet 300 plus one unlimited starter SL line. Xfinity Internet required. Actual speeds vary. Reduced speeds after 30 gigabits of usage per line. Data thresholds and actual savings vary.
Traffic on the 5s. That's Matt Baer in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's happening?
What's up, Tony? We do have a stall downtown. It's on the entrance from West Street to northbound 65. That ramp is open. And another stall, it's on 65, heading northbound out of downtown towards the northwest side. Northbound 65, near the White River to let you know where that stall is. And right now, the left lane is blocked. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at bwindow.com, get $850 off per window or entry door and $400 off per window plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Baer with Traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
43 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:16.
Hey, Pat Sullivan here for Hope Plumbing. It's basketball season in Indiana, and while teams are making it drain on the court, Hope Plumbing is making it drain in your home with a $49 mainline snaking special. Now is the time to get your main lines checked before spring has sprung and it's too late. Don't wait. Call Hope Plumbing today at 641-HOPE, 641-HOPE, hopeplumbing.com, and let's make it drain.
I'm a grandson, a son. I'm an employee and a mentor. I'm a father to 2 beautiful kids and a husband to an amazing wife. And I have a substance use disorder. In other words, I'm living in recovery with an addiction. And now that you know, will you let it change how you see me? It's okay to see my addiction, but I want you to know it's people choosing to see me as a person that changed my life.
See the person, not just their disease. Learn more at cbeyondtheaddiction.org.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Everybody knows that the dice are loaded.
The spending bill has passed. It's bipartisan. Sure. One goes this way, one goes that way. The other dog's like, what do you want from me? It's a Goodfellas riff. I'll take it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. 217 to 213. Yes, Congressman Thomas Massey, Republican, voting no. You did have Representative Jared Golden of Maine, a Democrat, voting yes on the short-term spending bill, a continuing resolution. We should call it what it is. Are you going to get Democrats in the Senate to vote for this thing? The answer is maybe, which is going to look really bad for Hakeem Jeffries and Democrats in the House when they tell us this is the worst thing that ever happened, and you get 7 Democrats to come over so you can get cloture, so you can get the vote. Is this thing great? Nothing's great. And while I have many an issue with Thomas Massey, I don't think it's on this. And I think Trump going after him and saying we're going to primary you on this subject, I don't think is the win. I think that Massey has more supporters than people realize, and certainly on a conversation of spending, if you have told people that spending is bad, that we're wasting too much money, and here's a guy saying we're spending is bad, we're wasting too much money, it's kind of hard to tell him he's wrong. There could be other reasons to primary Thomas Massey. There could be other reasons to vote for somebody else. I certainly would have mine. I just don't think you're going to win it on this. It's not great. It does lower some spending. 8% below 2024 levels. I'll take it. But it is nowhere near enough, and it is not yet the cuts that certainly the 77 million who voted for Trump wanted. If we're going to see in these first 2 years a series of continuing resolutions, then this was all for naught. That's not a way to get things done. You got to actually set the tone. Well, Tony, we got to deal with the Senate. If we don't have the 60 votes in the Senate, we got to do something. That's also realism. But I think you got to start by setting the tone, and I do not know if this CR does it. There are some cuts. I'll take it. Does this say, wait a second, we said we are going to slash, here's how it looks? No, it doesn't. But if you want to come back to me in September, still in the first year, and say, here it is, bam. I'm willing to be a little patient. But, man, I think that patience will be very, very thin if we don't see these cuts take place. Meanwhile, Ontario, which was going to put a tariff or surcharge on electricity, they've decided not to. The premier of Ontario is a guy by the name of Doug Ford. He said, you think you can come after Canada? You think you can mock Canada? 25% on a tariff, if you will, on electricity. And everyone was like, wait a second. What? Well, it turns out there's a series of states that get their power from Canada. To which people said, why is this happening? This is insane. You want to talk about a national security nightmare? We're getting our power from somebody else? That would be like Germany buying energy from Russia. Wait, sorry. That was I realized my mistake. It's nuts. That's an insane idea. So the Michigan, New York, Minnesota get electricity from Ontario. I had no idea. So then Trump was like, he's going to throw an additional 25% duty on aluminum and steel, and then we'll see what else we're going to do. And that's when Canada said, oh, yeah, we were kidding about the electricity. We were kidding about the electricity. Ha ha, tee. And now Trump has reversed the decisions to add 25% tariffs to steel and aluminum from Canada. Is it a trade war? Well, sure. I mean, what else do you want to call it? But Trump yesterday, through White House press secretary Caroline Leavitt, started addressing what we've been discussing. Number one, you got to explain to Americans what's happening, what's going on here, and what the purpose is. What is the value? What will you get out of this? You have to explain it to people. If you don't explain it to people, all they're going to see is prices go up, because that's what tariffs do. And yesterday, during the briefing, was the first time you heard that there's going to be short-term pain, that there is a long-term value, more businesses coming to the United States, more jobs coming to the United States. Caroline Leavitt referred to auto manufacturing jobs as sticky jobs. Everything that we discussed over the last couple of days, in putting together that conversation with Maria Bartiromo at Fox Business, putting together the conversation he had with the gaggle on Air Force One, and that we put those things together, and it led us to, okay, Trump's trying to put together an economic philosophy. This is the first time I had seen it. That tariffs will move faster the ability for manufacturing to come to the United States. And once it's here, it's going to stay. And that long term is going to create a better America. And we have to start thinking in 100-year leaps, not by the quarter. That's what he said. And I thought it was a very, very smart and telling statement. China thinks in 100 years. We think in 3 months. Did we have a good quarter? We got to have a good quarter. Let's go get a good quarter. You have to think a long ball. And that's what I believe Trump is trying to do. I think he presented it poorly. He presented it as sloganeering, not as theory. But the theory is starting to come out. Now, we can agree or disagree about the theory. But the theory is starting to play out, and they're starting to talk about it. And I believe that what you'll see from his entire administration, specifically on the Sunday shows this weekend, is everybody talking about the short-term pain. He brought it up briefly in the joint address regarding farmers. He brought it up in that gaggle. He brought it up, the Caroline Levitt brought it up yesterday. I believe that's what you're going to hear. This is that they have finally got the messaging and putting forth a philosophy. Now, does America accept? I don't know. Me, I do. I absolutely will take pain now so my kids don't have to later. But I don't think that's anything new. I've made that argument for a while. As for the trade war with Canada, dopey. Blanket tariffs, dopey. I believe that is me saying I am not a fan of them. And I'm hoping it ends. And I'm hoping it ends very, very soon. Because tariffs make prices go up no matter who you are. Matt Baer has traffic.
We're stalled downtown on the entrance from West Street to northbound 65. Also a stall northbound 65 at White River Bridge, blocking the left lane. Traffic sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes. Want expert tax prep? Jackson Hewitt will give you $100 to switch. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com. I'm Matt Baer on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
MAGA Matt and Amy Coney Barrett. Don't honk those people off.
You mean like you did today?
Quiet, Casey.
Join us Wednesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
This is a special notice to all U.S. taxpayers with back taxes to the IRS. Billions in tax relief is now being made available to struggling taxpayers, giving thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars in savings away to those who qualify. If you're facing wage garnishment, threatening letters, audits, liens, levies, or already in a payment plan, you can now expedite the resolution to your tax problem, end collections, and even qualify to reduce a large portion of what you owe. Stop IRS Debt has established a relief hotline for you to call to check what savings and options you qualify for. Dial 800-518-9137. With many people facing job loss and rising cost of living, these special IRS initiatives are designed to aid delinquent taxpayers with the relief that they need to get a fresh start. For a free consultation to see what savings you qualify for, call 800-518-9137. 800-518-9137. 800-518-9137.
Hey guys, let's talk about feeling your best. If you don't feel that same energy, strength, you're moody, or it seems you've lost your drive with your partner, it could be low T. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, may be the answer, and you'll find true experts at Low T Center. Getting tested is fast and easy. They're not all the same. Don't settle for a standard dosage TRT program.
Learn about personalized therapy at a Low T Center near you. LowTCenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text MONEY to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
It takes everyone in the community working together to create a brighter future. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Visit liveunited.org to learn how you can help.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What goes into effect today It's 42 degrees in downtown Indianapolis with a clear radar. Your high today, 73. I'm Ryan Hedrick for SeeBeyondTheAddiction.org. Here's what's trending at 6:30. More President Trump's tariffs go into effect.
The tariffs on all steel and aluminum products go into effect today. It's a 25% tariff or tax the Trump administration says will create more jobs at home. The European Union has announced retaliatory measures. President Trump says these tariffs are just the beginning and could increase.
But the biggest win is if they move into our country and produce jobs. That's a bigger win than the tariffs themselves.
Trump's Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick will meet with Ontario Premier Doug Ford tomorrow to discuss a new trade agreement.
That's Fox's Lucas Tomlinson. This after the Trump administration withdrew its plan to double tariffs on Canadian metals. 2 motorcycle crashes in Indianapolis are being looked at by the cops, and 2 men are in bad shape. This happened last night, minutes and miles apart. The first crash happened along East Washington Street just after 8. The man suffered what the cops are calling a severed leg. About 30 minutes later, the cops responded to Post Road. There they found another man crashed on a motorcycle, and they're still looking into this. The first crash, they say, is believed to have been caused by alcohol. He shot 7 people on Indy's east side, and 6 of those died. Jake McDaniel reports on a man sentenced for what he did.
4 years ago, Raymond Childs III, who was a teenager at the time of the shootings, killed his parents, his sister, his brother, and his brother's girlfriend, and an unborn baby. Childs even turned the gun on his other brother, who survived the shooting. This all happened after Childs got into an argument with his parents after he got in trouble for staying out past curfew. Prosecutors say Childs now serves over 300 years in prison. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Severe weather is on the way this weekend, but how bad will it impact you? National Weather Service forecaster Joe Neild says the storm will start off Friday.
Outside of showers and storms, we're going to have some strong winds during that period. During the day on Friday, it should be warm and mostly sunny with winds, maybe gusting 30 to 35 miles an hour.
And he says the winds will get even stronger as Friday turns into Saturday, and you could see some tornadoes. And one Hollywood actress made good on her promise to leave the country following this year's election.
It's been pretty wonderful, I have to say. The people are so loving and so kind, so welcoming, and I'm very grateful.
That's Rosie O'Donnell on TikTok yesterday. She says she's been in Ireland since January. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports coming up in 2.5 minutes. It's 6:33.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Alex Brown. Legislation to create tax credits and cost recovery methods for utility companies brave enough to undertake so far unproven small modular nuclear reactor projects appears poised to reach the governor's desk. Senate Bill 424 passed the House Utility, Energy, and Communications Committee on Tuesday and will now go before the full House. Steve Baker, president of Fort Wayne-based Indiana-Michigan Power, testified in support of the bill.
If you think about where the utility industry is headed, you think about customers' desires for sustainable power, you think about the resource adequacy needs that we have on the grid, all roads point you toward nuclear.
Saica Group, a manufacturer of recycled paper for corrugated packaging headquartered in Spain, plans to establish its second U.S. manufacturing plant in Anderson. With an investment of more than $110 million, Saica said the corrugated manufacturing facility will ultimately employ more than 100 people. A Goodwill location in Puerto Rico, spearheaded by the leadership team at Goodwill of Central and Southern Indiana, is set to open this month, the first of 3 locations planned for the Caribbean island. Goodwill de Puerto Rico began accepting donations in December in anticipation of the opening. This is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress, from the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, invest in connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
Chicago-based class action law firm Strauss Borelli is investigating what it says is a potential violation of the Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act by Pittsburgh-based Arconic. The aluminum products manufacturer last month notified the Indiana Department of Workforce Development that it plans to lay off 163 employees at its Lafayette facility. The warn notice filed with the state on February 28th said the layoffs would take place on April 6th. However, Strauss Borelli claims that Arconic failed to provide the employees at least 60 days notice before conducting the layoffs as required by the WARN Act. I'm Alex Brown for 93 WIBC.
And it's all coming into downtown. Actually, it's on the entrance ramp from West Street to northbound 65. The ramp is open, partially blocked, and the interstates are looking pretty fantastic right now. I do have this on the northeast side. It's southbound 465. It is jammed up from I-69 down to East 75th Street. I cannot get a camera on the incident right now, but there is going to be one there because of the slowdown. More coming up at 6:45. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at bwindow.com. Get $850 off per window or entry door and $400 off per window plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
42 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:36. We check on the sports. Ryan Hedrick, what's up?
Tony, with about 4 seconds left to play last night, the Indiana Pacers were down 114-111 to the Milwaukee Bucks when Tyrese Halliburton caught the inbound pass from a teammate. Enter Mark Boyle.
Nembhard will get it in. Here comes a three and a foul! A foul as Halliburton, floating out of bounds in front of the Milwaukee bench, hits a three and draws a foul.
That's how you do that. On the Elevance Health Radio Network, Pacers win 115-114. It's on to Philly. On Friday, Notre Dame beat Pitt 55-54 in the ACC tournament on Tuesday. They play North Carolina. Butler takes on Providence in the Big East tournament. IU and Purdue play in the Big Ten tournament tomorrow. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com.
We love playing high school sports because we get to compete and have fun with our friends.
We've also learned skills we'll need for the rest of our lives. I'm Sawyer Tittman from Fort Wayne Snyder High School.
And I'm Pierce Darrington from Floyd Central High School. It takes discipline and commitment to put in the work every practice.
It takes focus and determination to make the right play when the game is on the line.
It takes resilience and humility to find ways to improve after a tough loss.
What better way to learn these life skills than by playing high school sports?
Where we have coaches who mentor us, teammates who become our best friends, memories we'll never forget.
And important life lessons ingrained in us forever.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Be a champion of high school sports by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is developing character for life. This is what education-based athletics are all about. This is your IHSAA.
Does the motivation matter? There's a weird story about why people lose weight. And I didn't know if there was a real issue here. Is there something, is one better than the other? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. It was from a group called Medical Express. That's with just the letter X, Express. And I've used the site before. It was a study. It was an AI-driven study from Tel Aviv University. And they were trying to discover what motivates people to exercise. And what they came to figure out is that 25% of people, really 23.9, but I rounded up, the majority of people do so to improve their appearance. 19% to maintain their physical health, 17% to maintain their mental health. Matt Bear does it because he just wants everybody to be jealous. Haha, I have abs, you don't. Pfft, suck it. That's Matt Bear. Matt Bear, as we all know, is a terrible person. And every single motivation he has
You're a terrible person.
is your mom is totally lovely, and I should invite her over for a fine turkey dinner.
You did, and she declined.
Wow. I tried to be nice about your mom, but if we're going to play this game, I'm in. Because my mother can handle every joke you throw at her.
I didn't say anything about your mother.
Yeah, well, she made you a banana bread.
I
and
know.
This is how you repay her? You are great. You know she asks about you?
She's a beautiful woman.
She is a beautiful woman. That's what everybody in the villages says. They're like, damn, she should get herself a pineapple. I'm like, you leave my mother alone.
Did you just say that's what all the villagers say?
All the people in the villages.
Oh, okay.
My mother lives in the villages.
Okay, I got you.
No, all the villagers. I don't even know. That'd be fantastic. All the townsfolk gather and say, that Diane is a fine, handsome woman.
Here.
Conversation got weird. But why do you work out? Do you work out because you want to look good? Do you work out because of your health? Do you work out because you needed to refocus your energies and your personality on something else to take over for other things? Why do you do it?
Oh, it's all the things. Everything you just mentioned. It's definitely the aesthetics. It's definitely, I mean, I drive like a really small car. And I'm a middle-aged man, but I can actually use my legs now to get in and out of the car without
before we just falling into it.
Yes, it was so bad.
Would you jump into your car head first, you were trying to jump through a hula hoop?
No. Yeah, that would have been awesome. Maybe now I could do that. But there would never be any jumping for anything. No, there was just maybe a slide, like a crawl into the car, like a roll that you would do. If you had a truck, it was really, really high off the ground. No, I did that for my car. That was near the ground. It was great.
But does it, I guess the question is, does it matter if you're doing it for looks, you're doing it for health, you're doing it for physical health or mental health, which the mental health one I really get. Does it matter as long as you're doing it?
Well, you have to have a reason to want to do it, right? You have to have a reason to continue to do it, just like anything.
But the reason is the reason inconsequential? This is really a philosophical question.
No, it's a great question. Yeah.
Can you be working out for the wrong reasons?
Yeah, but that only gets into, and I've gone through this before, if you're working out continuously, to the point where you're not enjoying it, where you have this body dysmorphia, where you look in the mirror and you say, oh, I look terrible, even though you look really good and you've been working hard. It's just like this gym grind, this mentality. You want to avoid that, but no, man, exercise is exercise. It's not going to go bad for you. Get the heart rate up, walk a little bit. That's a great place to start. But yeah, you get all those things. You get the lifestyle, you get the functionality, you get to live longer. Everything is in there. There's nothing bad.
Look at Matt Bear. Yeah. Join his gym and get 10% off your first month now.
Come ye all.
And no, you can never cancel.
That's right.
Not bad. Good job, man.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
But you're right. If you're working out to the point where you're harming yourself, that could be an issue, right? So there is an example of, yes, it can be too much. But the basic motivation, aside from that, we're not worried about. Like you can work out for health, you can work out for looks, and as long as you're moving the body, you'll hopefully feel better, you will look better, and you will be happier.
Absolutely. And don't ever feel bad if you're just working out for the aesthetics. That's a good reason. You could be married, you could be single like me, but you may want to attract your wife, you may want to attract somebody new, whatever the case is. Working out just for aesthetics, I don't think is a bad thing. Yeah, you eventually want to make that lifestyle change, but just to say, because I want to look good, yeah, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing wrong with being proud of that. I don't believe so, at least. I don't think it's vanity at all.
Matt Bear.
Yeah.
Making sense. Look at him. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. Weather's been beautiful, but you understand that it could start raining tomorrow and last for forever. The question is your roof ready for that? The longer you wait to check whether or not you've got issues with your roof, the worse it can get, because all that snow and all that rain we've had all winter long could seep into your attic, your walls, your insulation, causing mold and rot, expensive structural damage, Moss Roofing offers free inspections. So if you have a small leak, a bigger roofing concern, the expert team at Moss Roofing will assess the damage, provide reliable, cost-effective solutions, and you can trust that they're giving you the full, complete story. With over 35 years of experience, a family business, Moss Roofing knows how to protect your home from the unpredictable spring weather and in all 4 seasons. So don't wait for a minor drip to turn into major repairs. For top-notch roofing services, trust Moss Roofing to keep you dry this spring and every season of the year. Moss Roofing, 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com. Traffic on the 5s. And Matt Bear, what are you doing?
All right, we found it. It is a crash on the exit from southbound 69 to southbound 465. And this ramp, this very important ramp on the northeast side, is open right now, but it is partially blocked. As far as delay goes, if you're trying to peel off from southbound 69 to 465, you're going to be backed up to 82nd Street. Slow on this exit ramp to southbound 465 and delayed further down to 71st Street. After you pass 71st, you are through your golden. Traffic sponsored by B Window right now at bwindow.com. Get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window, plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
42 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:46. You may find yourself being owed some loot. There right now could very well be cash just waiting for you, like the one ring, precious, to be returned to its rightful owner. You could be getting your cash back. Just go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov. IndianaUnclaimed.gov, part of the Attorney General's office. They're reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. And unclaimed property is a financial asset that someone's trying to get back to you, a business or somebody else, like, has to return some money to you, but they don't know where you are. You moved. Other things have happened. So they give it to the Attorney General and say, you find these people. And that's why you have IndianaUnclaimed.gov. So unclaimed wages or commissions, old savings or checking accounts, stock dividends, money orders, refunds. It's your money. It's not free money. It's your money. It's easy to do. It's free to search at IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text money to 46220 to search. It's easy. It's free. Get your cash. IndianaUnclaimed.gov.
Indianapolis roads, a total disaster. Some of the worst potholes in America. Am I right?
A car on Keystone Avenue just fell into one the size of a swimming pool.
Disgraceful. These roads should be great again. But right now, they look like the surface of the moon.
Suspension repair shops are making a fortune.
Rigged system. But Matt Bear, he's the guy to trust. Tremendous at avoiding these disasters. Just tremendous.
Matt Bear, making your commute great again. Mornings and afternoons on 93 WIBC.
We love playing high school sports because we get to compete and have fun with our friends.
We've also learned skills we'll need for the rest of our lives. I'm Sawyer Tittman from Fort Wayne Snyder High School.
And I'm Pierce Darrington from Floyd Central High School. It takes discipline and commitment to put in the work every practice.
It takes focus and determination to make the right play when the game is on the line.
It takes resilience and humility to find ways to improve after a tough loss.
What better way to learn these life skills than by playing high school sports?
Where we have coaches who mentor us, teammates who become our best friends, memories we'll never forget.
And important life lessons ingrained in us forever.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Be a champion of high school sports by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is developing character for life. This is what education-based athletics are all about. This is your IHSAA.
This is the most exciting time of the year, and we want you to go all the way, even if your team doesn't. March on, Indiana, in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Shop any of Hubler's 13 locations and choose from over 2,000 vehicles, including Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and many more. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, plus a 128-point vehicle inspection, and a free Carfax history report. Hubler's got you covered. Busted brackets not included. For over 2,000 vehicles, visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Hubler's got you covered. Cover me.
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
What a day.
You're working too hard.
We're both working too hard with even less to show for it.
What's this?
It's the bills for Tracy's procedure.
This is outrageous.
I know. And Mom just said her prescriptions went up again.
How can working people afford this?
These medical bills are crushing our finances, and these hospitals and insurance groups are making record profits.
You know, I read Indiana has the 9th highest healthcare costs in the nation, and prescription drug costs are out of control.
That's why I voted for Mike Braun. He has a plan to reform Indiana's broken healthcare system. Braun's plan calls for billing transparency, increased access, and lower costs for all Hoosiers.
I hear you. It's good to know help is on the way. Mike Braun's plan will offer real relief for our family budget.
Sign the petition for Braun's healthcare plan at HoosierHope.org. Join Mike Braun's fight for healthcare reform today. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
Join WIBC this Saturday 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show live from Sullivan Hardware and Garden at 71st and Keystone. Celebrate Father Glenn's St. Patty's Day party at 71st and Keystone with live entertainment, Irish food, and beverages.
A young man by the name of Mahmoud Khalil, an immigrant and a legal permanent resident of the United States, is being held right now in prison, even though no criminal charges have been filed against him.
Senator Chris Murphy is a fraud of a human being. He is the most fraudulent person in the U.S. Senate, and that's saying something considering his fellow senator from Connecticut, Richard Blumenthal, lied about his Vietnam service. Do you know how awful you have to be worse than a guy who lied about serving in Vietnam? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. Mahmoud Khalil is this guy at Columbia intimidating Jewish students, harassing Jewish students, keeping Jewish students from crossing campus, supportive of Hamas in his own words. And here's Senator Chris Murphy saying he hasn't been charged with a crime. He doesn't have to be charged with a crime. He's not a citizen. It's not required, as reported by Bill Malugin, under Section 237A4C of the Naturalization Act. There's prior precedent to the idea of deporting him for his support of terrorists. If the left really wants to make this argument, I'm all in. I'll kick him up and down the street. It means nothing. But one of the other parts of the story, and I had this conversation with William Jacobson, Cornell law professor, yesterday, that this has nothing to do, Marco Rubio and the White House saying we're going to deport this guy for his support of terrorism for what he has done on college campuses. This has nothing to do with free speech. Nothing to do with it whatsoever, really. And to say otherwise is just wrong. Is that their free speech argument, that it's only because he's got a quote-unquote pro-Palestinian point of view?
Yeah, absolutely. Look at all the things they're saying. They're saying he is being persecuted because of his pro-Palestinian views. And I'm saying that if you're going to make that argument, you have to point to a similar circumstance where a pro-Israel student engaged in similar conduct and was not prosecuted or not deported, or an Israeli student was not deported. And they can't do that because the only people trashing the campus, the only people intimidating other people on the campuses, the only people setting up, checkpoints on campuses and declaring Zionist-free zones like happened at UCLA are the so-called pro-Palestinian crowd. They are being held accountable because they're the only ones engaging in this conduct. It has nothing to do with free speech, and it's unfortunate that a bunch of organizations are rallying around him on the free speech issue when that's not the question.
Talking to William Jacobson, Cornell law professor, legalinsurrection.com. I think it's important to make that free speech differentiation, which would bring us into where does that differentiation lie? The full interview you can get on the podcast. Just search for Tony Katz today and subscribe and download. And if you follow me there on the YouTube channel, Tony Katz, the interview is up. You can catch it there as well. Matt Bear has traffic.
Yeah, Tony, looking at southbound 465 on the northeast side. This is a stalled truck blocking the right lane, causing stop-and-go traffic back to I-69 and on the exit from southbound 69 to southbound 465. That is a crash. So 2 problems there on the northeast side that's causing congestion right now. Traffic sponsored by B-Window. Right now, bwindow.com. Get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window plus 2.99% financing. B-Window, proud to be employee-owned. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Best decision I ever made was having Window Nation windows installed in my house, saving me a bunch of money on energy. My old windows were cracked and drafty and letting the air through. Window Nation came in and took care of all that within a day. And you know what? Window Nation windows are high quality and affordable. Right now, you can get 2 windows free with every 2 you buy. And you can get 0 interest and 0 payments for 2 years. Pay nothing until 2027.
This is the deal you want. 2 windows for free with every 2 that you buy. Plus 0 interest, 0 payments for 2 years. Pay nothing until 2027. Call a representative at Window Nation right now. They will walk you through the entire process. 866-90-NATION. Get that fast, free estimate right now with Window Nation. 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com.
Are you having a hard time making it through a day of work without foot pain or discomfort with things that used to be simple like walking the dog? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet store can help you, like Bill.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Another satisfied customer of the Good Feet store is Wendy.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Come to the Good Feet store today for your free fitting and test walk. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood just off the 65. Or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Discover your options at the Good Feet store.
When it comes to managed network services and IT support, Applied Innovation is at the top of the list for these Applied Innovation customers. Sean Carnahan, Sales Manager for Adventure Homes.
They do all of our computers, so they take care of all of our issues, anything that comes up with our servers, any tech support, software we need, any equipment we need.
Eric Lane, Director of Information Technology for Raleigh Williams Paint Spot.
Applied Innovation has been very proactive, and they've laid out a plan for here is what we look like today, and here's what we want to look like in 18 months and then going forward. So it's the long-term vision that they have that other companies didn't.
Ashley Crane, IT Director for Belmont Beverage.
They're just a really great company that has a lot to offer to a small IT team like ourselves.
Applied Innovation, office technology made simple, backed by a partner you can trust. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedyinnovation.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Cold weather brings hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators now $12,000 off and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. So get in on those hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP 104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP 61,695. Offers good through March 31st, 2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Coming up in 2 minutes, there were 2 motorcycle crashes, and alcohol may have played a factor last night in one of them. And IU is playing in the Big Ten tournament. John Herrick has a report after Fox News from the Technology Recycler Studios. 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 7 o'clock.
Europe is retaliating. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. To the new U.S. tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports that went into effect this morning.
$26 billion worth of U.S. goods will be affected by the tariffs announced in Brussels today. They're being imposed on imports of products ranging from boats to bourbon to motorbikes. Strong but proportionate, says European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. She admits they're bad for business, but European leaders feel they have to respond.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. Now, the president had threatened to double the steel and aluminum tariffs on Canada as punishment for a charge on electricity being sent to the U.S., but he backed down when that charge was canceled. The president insists tariffs will make the U.S. money and bring manufacturing back.
Other countries have taken away our business. They've taken away our jobs.
Now, tariff fears have been hurting the economy, and that led to a big stock market sell-off. The Dow has plunged 2,500 points so far this month. The House has passed a bill to provide government funding to prevent a shutdown by Friday's deadline. House Speaker Mike Johnson says
it falls on the desk of Chuck Schumer. He is the leader of the Democrats on that side, and he must determine whether he wants to fund the government, do the responsible thing, or whether he wants to shut the government down.
Now, Republicans will need support from some Senate Democrats to pass the bill that House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries opposes, hoping the Senate version gets rid of proposed cuts to some programs.
The strong House Democratic vote in opposition to this reckless Republican spending bill speaks for itself.
Now, in Ukraine, the U.S. has resumed military aid and intelligence sharing after that country agreed to a 30-day ceasefire. President Trump says
now we have to go to Russia and hopefully President Putin will agree to that also.
Well, the U.S. had talks in Saudi Arabia also last month with the Russians. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Alcohol may have caused at least one of these crashes. It's 43 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Your radar is clear. We're on tap for another beautiful day. Your high today, 73. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. 2 men are in bad shape this morning following separate motorcycle crashes that happened on the east and far east sides, miles apart and minutes apart. The first crash took place along East Washington Street. Police were called there at about 8 o'clock, and they say the man had a severed leg, and they believe that alcohol may have been a factor because they found beer cans scattered around the motorcycle. About 30 minutes later, another crash happened along Post Road, and police are looking into that crash, and they're not sure what caused that. More people are dying in crashes statewide, but that's not necessarily the case here in central Indiana.
A recent report from the Governor's Highway Safety Association shows fatal pedestrian crashes are up in Indiana in 2024. But this report only uses data from the first half of the year. Data for central Indiana shows fatalities are on the decline. The Indianapolis Metropolitan Planning Organization tracks crash data for Marion County and 7 surrounding counties.
That's Wish TV's Danielle Zukowski reporting. A woman from Jasper was missing, but she's been found, and she was found in a wrecked car. Here's Chris Davis.
6 days of searching for Breonna Castle of Wheatfield in Jasper County came to an end Tuesday with a discovery by an excavation worker of a car in a farm drainage ditch near a county road near Brook in Newton County in northwest Indiana. When volunteer firefighters got there, they found Castle in the car alive. She was hurt, but she was conscious when she was loaded into a medical chopper and flown off, bound for a Chicago hospital. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You may have heard that the stock market has had its troubles. It dropped on Monday as President Trump announced new tariffs on other countries. This includes a 15% tariff on items like chicken, wheat, and corn, and another tariff on soybeans and pork. Former Indianapolis Mayor Greg Ballard spoke with Wish TV about how these changes could impact you and the world.
I think it's going to make our markets tougher to penetrate. Our farmers are going to have a more difficult time exporting their products, and they're already saying that right now.
And Ballard says placing tariffs on products that make it harder for the U.S. to ship them to other countries. At one point, the chances of making the NCAA tournament looked bleak for the Indiana Hoosier men's basketball team. John Herrick reports on what's changed.
Indiana went through a stretch where they lost 7 of 8 games. Now they've won 4 of 5, and some bracketologists have them in the NCAA tournament already. IU radio color analyst Eric Sewer says he's noticed a lot of positive changes.
I think this is a tougher team than we saw at one point in the season. I think this is a team that is playing like every single possession matters.
But he says beating Oregon on Thursday in the Big Ten tournament would go a long way to helping their resume out even more. Tip-off at noon. Pre-game coverage starts at 11 right here on 93 WIBC. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:05, traffic on the 5s. How the roads looking? Matt Baer, good morning.
Good morning, Ryan. They're not looking good on the northeast side right now. We do have a crash on the exit from southbound 69 to southbound 465, causing stop-and-go traffic back to 106th Street. So that exit is going to be slow. Once you're through that, you will continue to grind down to East 71st Street on southbound 465. On northbound 465 on the northeast side, this is a stall blocking the right lane, causing stop-and-go traffic back to Penn Pike, and we're coming in at a 17-minute delay on that. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What's happening?
Hey, Tony. Good morning. Should be another beautiful day today. I know it is a little bit cooler now, but should be a little bit warmer later on this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine. We'll finish with a high of 73 later today. Mostly cloudy, not quite as chilly overnight. A low down to 49. We'll do it again Thursday. Partly cloudy skies and warm. There might be a spotty shower or storm south of the city. Thursday's high 72. Friday, breezy, partly cloudy, still warm. A high of 77. We will be watching for maybe a few strong thunderstorms moving in late Friday night.
Wait, how late Friday night?
Probably it's going to be an overnight event, so probably after around 10 or 11 o'clock at night, Friday night.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we still get to enjoy our evening, and then we get home, and then the rain, or we're in the club, and we don't even know it's raining.
That's it, right? That's it, yeah.
And then we get out of the club, and we're like, did it rain? And the other person's like, I don't care, I just want breakfast, because it's 6:30.
That's it. It's in that fine window of when you go to the club, you're dry. When you leave, it looked like it stormed, but you wouldn't have known because you're having a great time.
Correct. Accurate. Or you're asleep.
Or I was going to say, 25 years ago, that's how Marcus probably would have played it. Now, no. Yeah, I'll be asleep.
Marcus Bailey in the club. That was the look you were going for, everybody.
That's right. That's right, in the club.
Yep. Just leave that there. Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist, man. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. As always, right now we've got 42 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:08. President Trump looking at Teslas yesterday, sitting behind the wheel, and everybody was saying the same thing. When is the last time Donald Trump drove a car? When could possibly that have happened? Not liking all the attacks Tesla is taking because the left has lost their minds. They're physically destroying vehicles across the country. It's crazy. It doesn't matter if it's 1 or 1,000. It's nuts. You don't like Musk, okay? You can't destroy someone's car because of it. It makes you weird. Oh, also a criminal. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. So there's Trump looking at cars, and he's getting asked questions. Hey, stock market's been going down. Retirement accounts. You're looking at cars. three things are going to happen at the same time. And for people saying, my gosh, Trump is selling cars for Elon Musk, this is despicable. Do you know how many times Joe Biden was photographed in front of a car, near a car? This happens. I will admit, if you've got Musk doing the stuff for Doge, it's odd, which is why I posted that Trump should be doing the same thing for Ford and the same thing for Chevy. As a matter of fact, it's not even enough. After you do that, where you're checking out Fords and you're checking out Chevys, what should be happening is that there should be, throughout the summer months, there should be car shows at the White House. Invite 2 or 3 car groups from around the country, have them bring some classics. Leno will show up. It would be spectacular. Talk about just American cars, American muscle cars, American classics, hot rods, all of it. All. Be the hottest ticket. Show off American muscle. Show off American ingenuity. Show off American history. The videos you can create, everything. Love to see it. Love to see it. Don't see anything wrong with it. Also, can I just say to the Indianapolis Opera, why didn't you tell me? What gives, guys? The 50th anniversary of the Indianapolis Opera featuring the Symphony Orchestra taking place March 22nd at the Hilbert Circle Theater. There are still tickets for sale. I'm staring at it right now. They're doing this whole dinner thing. That thing is sold out. I didn't know. So now it's like, okay, I got to go get tickets. 50th anniversary, it's cool as can be. And Angela Brown is going to sing. Angela Brown is fantastic. Not good, not great, fantastic. Jim Corneliuson is going to be singing. Back Home Again in Indiana. Yeah, that guy. He does the national anthem for the Blackhawks. This is a very cool event. Bring on the arts. So this is March 22nd. How dare you not tell me? I'm taking a look at all the sponsors for this thing. How are we not like a media sponsor with you guys? What is going on here? What a miss. Is it because we're the conservative station? Can you get that out of your head? Let us help. I'm looking at all your corporate sponsors here on the media side. No one here talks more about the arts than me. What are we doing? Guys, this is cool as can be. Fantastic. IndieOpera.org. IndieOpera.org. Oh, we got to get you guys on the air. We got to talk about this thing. This is very cool. This is very, very cool. 50th anniversary gala. You dress up, you go, get a little culture. This is cool. This is very, very cool. I'm going to now buy tickets. This is going to happen in real time. You should check it out for yourself. IndieOpera.org. And seriously, Indie Opera. Right here. Let me help. Good gosh, I want to. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. A lot of talk about rising interest rates, economic uncertainty. You could be wondering if right now is the right time to sell your home. Are you going to get the price that you need? Is it going to take too long? There's good news. You don't have to figure this out by yourself. There is a friendly, no-pressure, experienced agent eating, sleeping Indianapolis real estate. That's Mark Dietel. Maybe you want a guaranteed no-hassle home sale, but you don't want to have to give up your hard-earned equity to do it. Mark Dietel, the only real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You just pick your move date. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Mark, good guy, grandfather. He's absolutely beyond into this. I spoke with him the other day. helping people, getting people what it is they're wanting to get out of their house, helping them find their house. That's what he does. Katie and Chris in Perry Township said, sadly, our marriage was ending, and we were both ready to sell the home and move forward as soon as possible. Mark Dito made it happen fast and easy. Our home sold for more than we anticipated in 24 hours with 17 showings and multiple offers. So call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended, the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. That's Mark Dietel. Call 317-755-4232 for all the details, or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
When is the right time to file for Social Security? Well, that's a difficult decision today. You have to consider that Social Security is running out of money. You also need to consider the tax hit on your benefits and your IRA and 401k withdrawals. And finally, you should consider your spousal benefits. If you don't consider all these things, you could leave a lot of money on the table.
Bill Demery, your retirement guy. He's going to show you how you could get the most income from Social Security with a free, customized Social Security analysis. So if you've saved more than $200,000, but you've not yet filed for Social Security, schedule your free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, my retirement guy. He should be your retirement guy. 317-648-5120.
Dents happen. There's a whole lot of stuff that can mess up the look of your vehicle. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal. PDR is paintless dent removal that saves your factory finish and is way less invasive than traditional body shop repairs. And it's faster too, sometimes same day. Google Kill a Dent Removal and check out the reviews and photos. Then schedule your repair. Hail baseballs, kids, fender benders, shopping carts, flying cows, angry X's, and anything else that leaves dents. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal.
Traffic on the fives, and Matt Baird, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Northeast side happening this morning. Crash on the exit from southbound 69 to southbound 465. The ramp is open, partially blocked. Traffic stop and go back to 106. That's a stall on the northeast side. Northbound 465 at East 71st, and it blocks the right lane, causing stop and go traffic past Penn Pike. Delay at 14 minutes. Stall on the entrance from West Street to northbound 65 downtown, and sluggish out of the split north, split slow, northbound 65 to west. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baird with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
42 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:17.
I'll say this. There are no entries in the Hoops Fan Hall of Fame who didn't show up to the game. Yes, you in the back.
Professor, March Madness is coming to Indianapolis. Are we ready?
You prepared to bring the fire? Give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. The NCAA Sweet 16 and Elite 8, March 28th and 30th in Indianapolis. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets. Class dismissed.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
The Indianapolis Ballet, the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra, and Clues Memorial Hall unite to present the timeless classic ballet, Swan Lake, March 28th and 29th. This collaboration features gorgeous costumes and sets, with full orchestra bringing to life Tchaikovsky's beautiful score, and conducted by the ISO's Jack Everly. Don't miss Indianapolis Ballet's Swan Lake at Clues Hall, March 28th and 29th. Tickets on sale at indieballet.org.
So is Trump ending the Department of Education? Well, they are firing 50% of the workforce, which is, as we all know, a good start. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. Good to be with you. The president wouldn't have the authority to end the department. That would have to be an act of Congress, I believe it is. If that is indeed the case, Congress should act. But certainly, the president can say, and the Secretary of Education can say, we don't need all these people. So the department has come down in size. It's a 2,183 from 4,133. 600 took buyouts. What's the problem? What's the issue? Is the argument that somehow these people, the organization won't be able to survive and thrive, that the organization won't be able to do provide its work or do its task? I have no idea. As with all of these departments, what is this idea that all these employees are needed? Why can't we simply say we can do this work with less people? Why can't elected officials say such a thing? It seems very, very odd that we would state that you need all of these employees to do the job. There's no more efficient way. Nope, this is the most efficient way. Are you sure? Well, we can't find out. No, let's find out. That's exactly the space that we're in. We're in the find out stage. Trump cannot just end the Department of Education, but he can starve it. And I'm telling you right now, I have no issue with this, because after 44 years, almost 45 years now, the Department of Education provides no value. None. The proof is in the pudding. Or in the pudding that's in the brains of our kids, because we didn't teach them nothing. The popcorn moment. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn, because there is more. This was a CNN story where they're talking about the measles cases in Texas.
There are new numbers out of Texas that show that measles cases are growing, and so are hospitalizations. There are now 223 confirmed cases, with nearly 30 hospitalized. The majority of those patients, about 78%, are kids. Also affected are the unvaccinated and those with an unknown vaccine status. Just 5 cases, around 2%, are people who say they've received at least one dose of the MMR vaccine.
MMR is mumps, measles, rubella. And I don't question whether or not that vaccine is helpful. When we see this rise in cases, and we're not going to address all those who have come across the border illegally, coming from places where they don't have vaccines and they don't have levels of health, sanitary conditions, et cetera, like we do, we shouldn't be surprised when these things are on the rise.
And it was 5 years ago today that another unchecked virus brought most of the world to a halt. 5 years ago today, if you can imagine that, the COVID-19 outbreak declared a pandemic by the World Health Organization. Dr. Paul Offit is co-inventor of the rotavirus vaccine, which the CDC recommends for universal use in infants, is with us now. Dr. Offit, vaccines slowed COVID, all but eliminated the measles from this country. How are you thinking about that today?
5 years later, we're still lying about what the quote-unquote vaccine did for COVID. Didn't slow COVID. It absolutely, in some people, reduced symptoms. I don't say no. Some people got harmed by it. They should be allowed to talk about it. Slowed COVID? No. As we have proven, You could have been vaccinated, boosted, this, that, and the other. You could still get COVID. Dear Lord, Anthony Fauci, who lied to Americans about COVID, got COVID 3 times. Boosted 6 times he was. 6 times. It didn't slow COVID at all. We're still lying about this. That is madness. But I want you to hear Dr. Offit.
Well, I mean, you're right. When we had our second dose recommendation for a measles vaccine in 1989, within 10 years, we had eliminated measles from this country. And even though measles comes into this country from other countries, because we had a high vaccination rate, high population immunity, it never spread from American child to American child. But over the last 25 years, there's been an erosion in vaccine confidence. There's been fear of vaccine safety. And probably most importantly, I think not only have we largely eliminated measles, we've eliminated the memory of measles. And I think that's part of the problem.
To that point, these 225 or so cases in West Texas, another 30 in New Mexico, how far do you think this outbreak could spread?
Well, certainly before there was a vaccine, we'd have 3 to 4 million cases a year, 50,000 hospitalizations, and 500 deaths. I mean, you're seeing now that a susceptible community is being infected with a virus that's highly contagious.
I don't think he's saying anything wrong. It's a disease that's highly contagious, and the vaccine helps. And I think we have a history of showing that. But when you want to talk about a lack of faith in vaccines and a lack of faith in government, whose fault is that? You're going to say that it's the people's fault for saying we're not getting the right information. You're not allowing us to ask about information, not allowing us to make choices. But here's where I think it gets interesting.
It's the most contagious virus. And I think when you're unvaccinated, it's a problem. The other thing that's interesting, you're actually better off being unvaccinated, living in a highly vaccinated community than being vaccinated, living in a highly unvaccinated community. So when you say that there are a handful of people who, despite being vaccinated, have become infected, that's because no vaccine is 100% effective.
No vaccine is 100% effective, which is exactly what people were talking about with COVID, and we were told that those people shouldn't be allowed to speak. We were told that those people should be locked up. We were told that those people were denying science. And here's the guy who helped invent the vaccines that have quite literally saved lives everywhere, admitting that no vaccine is 100% effective. Well, what do you know? There is honesty in the medical world. I, for one, am shocked. Matt Baer has traffic.
Yeah, it's a crash on the exit from southbound 69 to southbound 465. The exit is open, partially blocked, and traffic stop and go back to 106th Street. Northbound 465 on the east side stall right around East 71st Street, and traffic is backed up to I-70. Northbound 65 slow out of the North Split to Meridian Penn. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at bwindow.com. Get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window, plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Baer on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Whether you're preparing for retirement, navigating a life transition, or simply wondering if you're on the right path, Howard Bailey Financial is here to help. Together, we'll work on a personalized plan designed to bring greater clarity to your goals and help you approach decisions with confidence. It's not just about numbers, it's about the life you want to lead and the legacy you want to leave behind. With over 20 years of experience, Howard Bailey Financial has been dedicated to guiding individuals as they work toward taking control of their financial future and finding peace of mind. Text PATH to 888-262-1104 to download a free retirement toolkit and start planning for the retirement you've dreamed of. Howard Bailey Financial, helping you turn hope into a plan and dreams into reality. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
This is the most exciting time of the year, and we want you to go all the way.
even if your team doesn't. March on, Indiana, in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Shop any of Hubler's 13 locations and choose from over 2,000 vehicles, including Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and many more. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, plus a 128-point vehicle inspection, and a free Carfax history report. Hubler's got you covered. Busted brackets not included. For over 2,000 vehicles, visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Hubler's got you covered. Cover me!
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Ever have one of those days where your gut just feels blah?
Ugh, yes.
Occasional bloating or gas could be signs that your gut is out of balance, but Align Probiotic can help. Align 24/7 Digestive Support is a daily use probiotic with a unique strain to help relieve occasional digestive issues. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand. So when you feel the signs, it's time to try Align. Align Probiotic. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Around here, sunrise only means one thing. It's time to get to work. Whether you're hauling, herding, baling, or raking, Kubota tractors and hay tools are built to make hay any day, including while the sun shines. Learn more about how Kubota is built to get the job done right at KubotaUSA.com. Go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimers.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Trying to avoid a shutdown. It's 47 degrees in downtown Indianapolis with the clear radar. Your high today, 71. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. The House has passed a spending bill to avoid a government shutdown, and it's now sent to the Senate for approval.
The bill to fund the government through September, passing in the House in a 217 to 213 vote, with one Republican voting no and one Democrat voting yes. The measure includes cutting non-defense funding by roughly $13 billion.
We are going to continue to work hard. We will continue to stick together and get this job done, and it's an essential one.
House Speaker Mike Johnson saying he believes it will also pass in the Senate. House Democratic Caucus Chair Pete Aguilar disagreeing, calling the bill partisan.
It gives House Republicans permission to enact their plan to cut Medicaid, to give tax cuts to billionaires.
Adding it does nothing to lower the costs or living expenses for everyday Americans.
And that's Fox's Kristen Goodwin reporting. 1,300 people at the Department of Education in Washington, D.C. were fired on Tuesday. They received an email about 6 o'clock telling them to get out of the building for security reasons. It's part of the Department of Government Efficiency's ongoing efforts to trim the government. The sheriff from the hometown of the University of Pittsburgh student who vanished during spring break has identified a person of interest in the case.
A spokesman for the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office in Virginia says Sudiksha Konanki disappeared while on vacation in the Dominican Republic. Security footage shows her walking on the beach with friends before going missing. The spokesman telling Fox News Digital that 24-year-old Joshua Ribe is a person of interest and has been interviewed at length on Konanki's disappearance. But he says it's still a missing persons case, not a criminal case.
That's Fox's Chris DeMeo reporting. An employee at Indiana University's dental school is accused of stealing more than $150,000 in gold dental equipment and then selling it to a Cash for Gold store in Avon. Michael Frazier was arrested this week and charged with felony fraud and theft. As a purchasing agent, Frazier was responsible for ordering supplies for the IU School of Dentistry. Expect strong winds and heavy rain and maybe even some tornadoes this weekend across the state, says forecaster Joe Neal at the National Weather Service.
Certainly a possibility, even if it is in the form of a line of storms. Lines of storms do have the potential to produce tornadoes and frequently do in this part of the country.
And Neal says it's severe weather preparedness week, and it's a great time for you to get an emergency plan right now. He shot 7 people on Indy's east side and 6 of those died. Jake McDaniel reports on a man who was sentenced on Tuesday for what he did.
4 years ago, Raymond Childs III, who was a teenager at the time of the shootings, killed his parents, his sister, his brother, and his brother's girlfriend, and an unborn baby. Childs even turned the gun on his other brother, who survived the shooting. This all happened after Childs got into an argument with his parents after he got in trouble for staying out past curfew. Prosecutors say Childs now serves over 300 years in prison. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You're paying $2.85 on the average for gas today across the capital city, says AAA. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. The Indiana Pacers ended their 3-game losing streak in dramatic fashion. A 4-point play by Tyrese Halliburton in the final seconds Tuesday night, beating the Milwaukee Bucks 115-114.
Obviously a great feeling. It's stuff you dream of, so I'm thankful that, my teammates trust me.
Head coach Rick Carlisle says the shot reminded him of another great Pacer and how they used to close out games.
An amazing sequence of events. What a shot. What a play at the end. And Reggie Miller's in the building.
Yeah, the Pacers are in Philadelphia Friday night. Notre Dame gets a win 55-54 in the ACC tournament against Pitt. They play North Carolina today. Butler plays Providence in the Big East tournament and in the Big Ten tournament. Oregon and IU hook up on Thursday. IU radio analyst Eric Sewer says the matchup is an intriguing one.
A very competitive game, 2 very evenly matched teams that at this point in the season are still playing for something, which is very exciting and a big opportunity for Indiana, for sure.
And IU lost to Oregon on March 4th, 73-64. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Looking at the east side, northbound 465 at Penn Pike. Crash blocking the right lane, stopping traffic back to I-74. 13-minute delay. Northeast side, crash. Southbound 69 on the exit to southbound 465. The ramp is open. It's partially blocked. For those peeling off to southbound 465 from I-69, you are delayed back to 106th Street, and that's running at 8 minutes here at the moment. Eastbound 465 on the northeast side slows at Allisonville Road. North a split downtown. Northbound 65 slow to Meridian Penn. Northbound 65 drags after Keystone Avenue up to the south split. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at bwindow.com. Get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
The ramp from 69 to 465 is stopped?
Yeah, it's really slow, man. It's all jammed up. There was a crash about, what time was that? 6:45 on that ramp, a little bit earlier than that. And the ramp is open, but it's going to be slow and tricky.
Because the picture you have over there, Matt, in traffic, you have, of course, access to the cameras, and you posted it. That looks awful. That ramp does not look like it's any fun at all.
No, it's a construction ramp too right now because of the redesign of that interchange. So that's a construction zone until the end of this year, complicating things. It's going to be a tough summer up there, Tony.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah. We should broadcast from out there. Just the side of the road.
I wanted to be there for the opening of the North Split, and everybody said I was dumb.
You were a genius, and you should have done it anyway.
No, these ideas just come to me.
Like Al Franken from the Saturday Night Live skit with the satellite on your head and everything else.
Anything with Al Franken.
Well, except his politics.
Right.
But hey, you be you. You wanna take creepy pictures of women while they sleep? You go right ahead.
Thank you. I'm glad we were able to make that connection there.
It didn't take much.
Yeah, just why not? Why not put that thought in people's heads?
41 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:38.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text money to 46220 today.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
Whenever I'm out a-wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace, I do not know if this is fashion. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. During downtime, I'm clearing my head. I'm getting ready for what's next on the show. I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. Cool stuff, interesting stuff, odd stuff, weird stuff, strange stuff. I bought stuff. I have sold stuff. I'm in the middle of buying something right now from the Facebook Marketplace. The Marketplace, brought to you by the Attorney General's Office. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov to see if the Attorney General's Office has money for you. It's your money. They're just holding on to it. Go to indianaunclaimed.gov. Search for yourself. It's free. It's easy. indianaunclaimed.gov. Matt Bear, I am not a man for sandals, really. I admit to you that because of some foot issues, I do now walk around the house in they're flip-flops, they're slides. You of course saw me in the studio for years, always wearing flip-flops.
You had the flip-flops in the fan. I remember that.
Yeah. Right. I like to be very cool when I do the show. So I would get there and I would change out of my shoes and I'd put on flip-flops. I did that every day since day one. And people were like, that's weird. I'm like, just watch me cook. And the rest was history. And so I still do it. But I love being barefoot. Love it. It does not love me. So now I wear these slides, right? These are puffy Crocs. They're limited edition orange puffy Crocs. They're a women's size 6, a men's size 4 in orange and beige. They look like, do you remember when you were a kid having moon boots?
I never had the moon boots, no.
Did you know what they were?
No, wow.
They were these puffy kind of boots, and when you got into the snow, they would change color, and you're like, oh, awesome. And then you never wore them again.
There it is. You're Cartman.
Yeah. Is that really Cartman?
Yeah, it's pretty good, actually.
Oh.
Awesome.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I can do a Cartman. I gotta like work into it. Anyway, I don't own Crocs, and I don't own Crocs mostly because I don't know if I can say this on radio. I don't know if I can say it on radio. There's a reason why I don't own Crocs. I don't care if people are insulted by this, but these look like moon boot Crocs, and I don't know if this is something that you purchase for $70.
Well, you said there's size 4 men's, right?
Right.
And size 6, who's going to be able to wear these?
Children.
Children. Okay, so they're children's Crocs that change color in the snow?
No, these don't. Moon boots change colors in the snow. These do not change color. Okay. These are just the same orange no matter what.
Okay, so they don't change color, but what would you wear them for? Are they like beach shoes, shower shoes, shoes for the
I don't
gym?
know.
Like,
I do not know why you would wear them. This is why I bring it up. Would you wear them?
No, I don't have a child's foot.
Let's say they were in your size, you moron.
No, I'm a grown man, Tony. I can't wear children's
don't have
shoes.
a child's foot.
I can't wear
I
children's
swear to you, if
foot.
we don't make a promo out of that, this whole station sucks. I don't have a child's foot. Nobody had that on their bingo card. None of you. Don't even think that you had it.
Made the soybean soup with the child's foot.
What the mess?
No.
You are.
No, I can't wear these things. No, I wouldn't wear Crocs to begin with, and it's nothing against Crocs or Croc people. I just don't think that I have any place to wear them at.
So you're an anti-Crocite?
I am a very much an anti-Crocite. If you're wearing Crocs in my neighborhood, boy, howdy, better stay on the sidewalk.
I'm sorry. Did you just say boy howdy?
Boy, howdy, yeah.
You know, I'm not sure what that means, nor am I sure of its etymology, but I'm willing to bet we shouldn't say that on radio anymore.
Oh, man, yeah, you're probably right. It's just,
yeah, I am probably deadly accurate.
It's like saying, hey, except you're really emphasizing, boy, I'm glad to see you, man. You know.
Now, producer Kylan, who is in for producer Carl while he is on assignment, she could be a size 4. Women's size 6. Are you, Kylan?
Who do you think I am?
I don't know. I have no idea what the sizes even mean.
I am a size 7, thank you.
Oh, okay. These are a size 6 and you're a size 7. So insulted. Okay. Whew. Just so we're clear, Gen Z, right?
No comment.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Would you wear these?
I also don't like Crocs. Just from growing up, I was never a fan. So probably not. They look comfy, kind of.
Well, whoever is selling these, all the best to you out in Fishers. I hope you get your price. But so far from the three of us, it's nah. And I feel bad. I feel bad for you because we try and help. Maybe out there people like Crocs and they want to wear something on their feet that will be embarrassing every single day. Here you go. Limited edition orange Crocs Overpuff Shorty, which oddly enough, Overpuff Shorty, my name on Tinder.
Yeah, it's a good one, too.
That is the marketplace presented by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Yeah, sure. We have a crash. It is northbound 465 at Penn Pike on the east side. The right lane is closed and traffic is stopped back to I-70. It's an 8-minute delay. Crash on the exit from southbound 69 to southbound 465. That ramp is open. It's partially blocked. Slow back to 106th Street. Northbound 465 on the northwest side. Stop and go traffic. 86th Street up to 865. And this is a crash coming southbound 65 towards downtown. It's before MLK, blocking 2 left lane, stopping traffic back to 38th Kessler Boulevard. Traffic sponsored by B Window right now at bwindow.com. Get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window, plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
40 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
Kendall and Casey.
This is a bill that prohibits minors under 16 from using social media without parental permission.
This is an example of government trying to resolve a problem that they have no business being in, which is how you parent your kid. If you want your kid to be on social media, that's your right as a parent. You dictate that.
Kendall and Casey, weekdays 9 till noon on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Right now, you need that feeling of security in your financial investments, and maybe you're not quite getting it. Call the investment team at Trajan Wealth. They can help you reclaim that peace of mind with a second opinion. Matt Bear here. Hey, Trajan Wealth has this foundation of mutual respect and understanding. It dedicates the time needed to listen to your goals and educate you on the options. Call to schedule your first appointment. The first one is free. 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan Wealth is veteran-led by former Marine Jeff Jr. and has decades of experience in planning and customizing financial portfolios. They will develop a wealth management plan that reflects your values. Call and schedule at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Remember, your first consultation is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
What a day.
You're working too hard.
We're both working too hard with even less to show for it.
What's this?
It's the bills for Tracy's procedure.
This is outrageous.
I know. And Mom just said her prescriptions went up again.
How can working people afford this?
These medical bills are crushing our finances, and these hospitals and insurance groups are making record profits.
You know, I read Indiana has the 9th highest healthcare costs in the nation, and prescription drug costs are out of control.
That's why I voted for Mike Braun. He has a plan to reform Indiana's broken healthcare system. Braun's plan calls for billing transparency, increased access, and lower costs for all Hoosiers.
I hear you. It's good to know help is on the way. Mike Braun's plan will offer real relief for our family budget.
Sign the petition for Braun's healthcare plan at HoosierHope.org. Join Mike Braun's fight for healthcare reform today. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
Advanced solutions from Comcast Business help turn today's enterprises into engines of modern business. It's how retailers become logistics mastering, supply chain transforming, seamlessly restocking, frictionless paying favorite shopping destinations.
Thank you for shopping.
And how nationwide restaurants become customer focusing, touchscreen ordering,
Second window, please.
rapidly customizing, quick serving eateries. It's how we turn financial firms into market tracking, client servicing, cyber securing economic engines.
Loan approved. Congratulations.
And how hospitals become the patient scanning, data managing, welcome to the worlding, life-changing healthcare facilities that we all depend on. With leading networking and connectivity, advanced cybersecurity, and expert partnership, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply.
Blood, sweat, tears. At Bill Estes, we know it takes hard work and years of doing the right thing to build a business people can depend on. That's why we don't make empty promises and expect your trust. Estes earns it. From Ford F-150s and Toyota Tacomas to Ram 1500s and Chevy Silverados, we have the trucks you'll love at prices you can believe in. But don't just take our word for it. Your trust means something. Estes earns it. BillEstes.com.
Want to find out what real retirement planning is all about? Tune in to Expedition Retirement with Greg Ayler, Sunday mornings at 7 on WIBC.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
Check out what's going on with 93 WIBC.
Listen to Hammer and Nigel this week for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Cyndi Lauper with Jake Wesley Rogers on Thursday, August 7th at Ruoff Music Center.
More info online at WIBC.com.
Some days the good things aren't easy to find. But if you're looking, you'll see plenty around.
Arsenal Tech. We've got questions. And I just realized that I spelled Arsenal wrong. How foolish of me. Let me do that right here. Hey, Arsenal Tech. I don't know why it came out like that. We have questions available to discuss. What am I referring to? I'm referring to a post from Libs of TikTok that she put out there, sent to me by a follower. Arsenal Technical High School in Indiana reportedly had students create a wall of anti-Trump and pro-illegal alien propaganda art. And it's photos of these things. Let me live, leave me be. Think of us, you'll regret this. What do you mean you'll regret this? Like, it's a weird thing to put out there. And here's a Trump, and it says, no human being is illegal. Everyone deserves a future. And then here's one that says, clear the way for citizenship. I'm curious about why this artwork got created. Was this a project? What was it a project? Was it a something that the kids just decided to do? Here's one that just says support gay people. All right. On the nose. Right there. And I don't know what this is. It's cursing. Here's another one. Nobody is illegal. Curious as to how this came to be. And curious if at Arsenal Tech this was a project. Was there a project in support of protecting the border and opposing lawbreaking via illegal immigration? Was that a project? When I posted this, some people got very upset with me. Blank you, Tony, and these kids could do what they want. It's free speech. It's expression. Why do you hate the arts? Oh, try harder. Really and truly, there is no free speech in school. and this was an assignment. What if a kid didn't want to do the assignment? Did they fail? What if they know illegal immigration is wrong? What happens at that moment? Was there an opportunity to give a counter argument? I have questions. I didn't scream at anybody. I have questions for Arsenal Tech, and I would love an answer as to how this came to be. And do they deny it's their school? I mean, I'm just here to give a platform. I hope to hear back from them. Matt Bear has traffic.
Southbound 65 in Pike Township, stalled semi at 71st Street, blocking the right lane, causing stop-and-go traffic back to 86. Crash on southbound 65 at White River Bridge. 2 left lanes block traffic, stop to 38. Northbound 465 on the east side, crash at Penn Pike, blocking the right lane, slowing us to I-70. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at bwindow.com. Get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window, plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear on the 5, set WIBC traffic.
When is the right time to file for Social Security? Well, that's a difficult decision today. You have to consider that Social Security is running out of money. You also need to consider the tax hit on your benefits and your IRA and 401k withdrawals. And finally, you should consider your spousal benefits. If you don't consider all these things, you could leave a lot of money on the table.
Bill Demery, your retirement guy. He's going to show you how you could get the most income from Social Security with a free customized Social Security analysis. So if you've saved more than $200,000, but you've not yet filed for Social Security, schedule your free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, my retirement guy. He should be your retirement guy. 317-648-5120.
Hi, this is Denny Smith, and I'm betting that you already know that your carpets could use a good spring cleaning. Why? Well, because there's no telling what's in those carpets at this point. Here's some great news. Zero Res has a February special of 3 rooms of carpet cleaning starting at $119 plus $75 off air duct cleaning. The Zero Res pros know how to get your carpets and floors and rugs, upholstery, and even your ductwork really clean. They can help you deal with the deeply embedded dirt, dander, allergens, not to mention the pet stains and, yeah, some of your stains. The game changer is the patented ZR water that uses no soap, leaves no residue, and there are no harsh chemicals because they just aren't needed to get things really clean. It's time to spring clean with Zero Res. Give them a call, mention WIBC, and get 3 rooms cleaned starting at $119 plus $75 off air duct cleaning. 317-388-5141. 317-388-5141, or book things online at ZeroResIndy.com.
Applied Innovation has made a lot of IT directors happy with their managed print services offering. Listen to a few of them talk about Applied Innovation. Chris Pfeiffer, IT Director for Doran Mayhew.
So we were able to reduce the number of machines that we use, but increase their capacity. And then basically we cut our managed print services bill in half by doing that.
Applied Innovation customer Linda Philly Watson, Director of IT at LaSalle, Bristol.
The devices are well managed, they're well maintained, well supported, and that's less time for me. More time for me to spend on other projects, on other priorities.
Applied Innovation customer Craig Gilliam, IT Director for Suncoast Skin Solutions.
I think it's just the simplicity of everything. They're quick, fast, and so if you need any help, they're on the spot.
Applied Innovation, office technology made simple, backed by a partner you can trust. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Tony Katz here for Premier Arms in Brownsburg. This is your premier gun store. Premier Arms has the experience and know-how to help the new gun buyer and the most experienced marksman. They've been in business for over 20 years and have a friendly, knowledgeable staff that wants to help you, not talk down to you. Premier Arms in Brownsburg is family-friendly, so bring the kids. All ages are welcome. Everyone can find what they're looking for at Premier Arms in Brownsburg, 3754 South Green Street. Online at premierarms.com. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. premierarms.com.
Cold weather brings hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators now $12,000 off and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. So get in on those hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP 104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP 61,695. Offers good through March 31st, 2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
Little help. A little help over here.
Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance.
What?
Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers.
Seriously?
Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Coming up in 2 minutes, top stories, and that comes up after Fox News from the Technology Recycler Studios, 93 WIBC. It is 8 o'clock.
More death, more destruction. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. In Ukraine, hours after that country's leaders in talks in Saudi Arabia agreed to a U.S. brokered plan for a ceasefire. Russian attacks killed 5 Ukrainian civilians.
The Ukrainian military says Russia launched 3 missiles and 133 drones in an overnight attack, the vast majority of them reportedly intercepted. This as the United States prepares to take Ukraine's ceasefire offer to Russia, a 30-day pause in hostilities. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the ball is in Moscow's court.
Fox's Jonathan Savage, and Rubio just said he'll make contact with Russia today. New U.S. tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports went into effect this morning, with President Trump telling a business leader round table.
That's a lot of money. But the biggest win is if they move into our country and produce jobs. That's a bigger win than the tariffs themselves.
He insists tariffs will lead companies to manufacture more products in the U.S., but there are retaliatory tariffs just announced this morning. The European Union, $26 billion worth of American exports. Canada has also announced tariffs on about $30 billion of U.S. goods. President Trump is taking another step toward his goal of eliminating the Department of Education, ordering half its workforce be cut. Secretary Linda McMahon tells Fox.
We're not taking away education. The president never said that. He's taken the bureaucracy out of education so that more money flows to the states. Better education is closest to the kids.
Democrats warn getting rid of the department, which they could block in Congress, will affect school programs and students. Last night in the House,
on this vote, the yeas are 217.
Approving a bill to fund the government before a Friday deadline would trigger a shutdown, but only one Democrat was among the yeas. The rest opposed the plan, saying there are cuts to programs. House Speaker Mike Johnson tells Fox.
It's shameful what happened on the Democrat side. They engaged in a misinformation campaign.
But a compromise looms in the Senate where in order to pass the bill, Republicans will need some Democrat support. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
An overnight event. 50 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Clear and warm. 71 is the high today. It's going to be another beautiful day. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. Forecasters are talking about severe weather chances Friday into Saturday, and they say it's going to happen as you sleep.
So storms are going to be coming in from the west, probably hit the Illinois-Indiana border right around or just after sunset, and then track through the rest of central Indiana.
That's forecaster Cody Moore at the National Weather Service in Indianapolis, and he says all severe threat modes are on the table. You may have heard that there was going to be a tornado drill on Tuesday, but Marion County sirens did not activate. The Marion County Emergency Management Service is looking into this. The National Weather Service initiated the test. They say it's part of Severe Weather Preparedness Week, which runs through Saturday. 2 men are in bad shape this morning following separate motorcycle crashes that happened miles and minutes apart. The first crash happened along East Washington Street at about 8. The man suffered what police say was a severed leg, and they believe that alcohol may have been a factor in that crash. About 30 minutes later, over on the Far East Side along Post Road, another crash happened, and police are looking into that cause. A woman missing for 6 days was alive when she was found inside of a wrecked car along a county road. Here's Chris Davis.
Breonna Castle from Wheatfield in Jasper County had been missing since last week. And Tuesday, she was found alive inside a car that was stuck in a farm drainage ditch in northwest Indiana near the town of Brook in Newton County. She was hurt, but she was able to talk to the rescuers who pulled her out. Her car was discovered by a worker from a drainage and excavation company who went and got his boss, who was the chief of the Morocco Volunteer Fire Department. Together, they discovered Castle inside the car. Once she was removed from the car, which was partially submerged in water, she was flown to a Chicago hospital. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Did you see the Indiana Pacers game last night against the Milwaukee Bucks? Tyrese Halliburton caught an inbound pass with less than 4 seconds left, heaved it toward the basket, a 4-point play, and the Pacers won 115-114. It's on to Philadelphia on Friday night. Two of the hottest men's basketball teams in the Big Ten play each other in the Big Ten tournament on Thursday.
That would be Indiana and Oregon. I'm John Herrick. Indiana's won 4 of their last 5 games. Oregon's won 7 in a row, including a 73-64 victory over Indiana on March 4th.
Even though the Hoosiers played well enough to win the game in a lot of aspects, getting outscored from the free throw line like they did in Oregon kind of really hurt their chances.
IU radio color analyst Eric Sewer says Indiana needs to get to the free throw line more often and rebound the ball better than they did in the first matchup. Tip-off is at noon on Thursday at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Pre-game coverage begins at 11 right here on 93 WIBC. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 8:05, traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Baer.
We start on the northwest side. It is the Pike southbound 65 at West 71st Street. A stalled semi blocking the right lane. And slow it gets back to West 86th Street for a 25-minute delay. Continuing on southbound 65 approaching downtown. This is southbound 65 at the White River before MLK. And we have a crash that has blocked 2 left lanes. Traffic is stopped back to 38th Street Guyon Road. And right now, that's a delay of 26 minutes. Looking at northbound 65, slow out of the north split to Meridian Penn. East side, good morning, Lawrence crash northbound 465 at Penn Pike, blocking the right lane, stop and go traffic back to South Shadeland Avenue, a 17-minute delay. And a stall on the south side. It's on the exit from northbound 65 to westbound 465. The ramp is open. It's partially blocked. Traffic sponsored by Discover. Do you know what's accepted at 99% of places to take credit cards nationwide? If you guessed Discover, you guessed right, based on the February 2024 Nielsen report. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. I want to know about the weather, but before that, how come my iPhone battery drains so quickly?
Oh, like I always ask myself the same question. Isn't it something about like when you get all of these updates that the battery can't handle? I mean, I would probably think that it's because they want you to buy a new iPhone, right?
You would assume, but mine is not that old, and like I've been up since this morning, and it's down 20% in like 2.5 hours. I'm like, that shouldn't be. What was I doing? I was looking at a clock. Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any. I don't get it because it seems like when there's a new update, that new update just makes the battery life just be terrible. So, I don't know. It's weird.
Well, thanks for having some advice.
Well, I mean, listen, they don't call me the best in the business for nothing, Tony. That's what I'm here to do is here to help.
Right. They don't call you the best in the business. You're right.
That's correct. That is correct. But I do have some good news for you on the weather front. That's the happy news. It has been beautiful so far. Today should be a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine and a high of around 73 this afternoon. That is well above average and actually a couple of degrees warmer than yesterday. Tonight we're mostly cloudy. I don't think we're going to be quite as chilly as where we're at right now. We'll have an overnight low of 49. Thursday more of the same. Partly cloudy, 72. Might have a stray shower or storm south of the city tomorrow afternoon, but most will be dry. Friday will be a bit more windy, but still very warm, a high of 77. And then we'll have to watch out for the potential for some severe weather for thunderstorms late Friday night, probably after 9, 10 o'clock at night through around daybreak on Saturday morning.
That is Marcus Bailey of Wish TV. Marcus, thank you. We've got 40 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:08. Spending bill passes the House. The vote 217 to 213 was bipartisan, quote unquote. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. Congressman Thomas Massie voted against. Democrat Jared Golden voted for. This will now go to the Senate. You're going to need Democrats to come across in order to get this thing through cloture and be able to bring it to a vote. Will they? The answer is maybe. There are spending cuts in here, 8% below 2024 values, but Democrats don't want to be told that they were in favor of a government shutdown, which now it's passed the House. It's all up to Democrats to do. Do they want this? Do their constituencies want this? Yes, it's all a political game. Yes, I'd rather have an actual spending bill that brings down spending than this CR nonsense. By far and in every way. But here we are. This is what we have. And I can appreciate that Massey's like, no, this isn't what I vote for. This isn't what I do. I didn't do it during COVID. I'm not going to do it now. No, I have no issue. Zero issue with it. My issues with Thomas Massie exist at a whole bunch of levels, just not this one. And I think the people going after him and saying, we're going to primary you like Trump said we're going to I don't know if that's going to work. All politics are local. And someone posted that Thomas Massie got 273,000 votes in the last election. Trump got 77 million. Enough said. I would appreciate it, and I'm utilizing the word, and I mean it the way I say it. I'd appreciate it if we on social media would not post stupid stuff. That is such a ridiculous, nonsense, garbage argument. A national election versus a congressional election, somehow that's going to mean something, doesn't mean anything. It means less than anything. Ridiculous. People are embarrassing, and they should stop. Speaking of embarrassing, this is the Politico headline. USAID, that's the Agency for International Development, USAID official tells staffers, shred and burn your documents. Shred and burn your documents. What, is the invading army coming and you need to get rid of all the evidence? Because that's what it sounds like. A senior official at USAID instructed a number of staff to convene at the agency's former headquarters in Washington for an all-day group effort to destroy documents stored there. That's somebody you put in jail. And if you have to destroy documents at USAID, you're saying you don't want people knowing what was happening. You don't want to make it easy for them to find out what was happening. That is to America signaling you're covering something up and you're guilty, and we are right to want to shut down this nonsense fakakta organization. Anybody who's okay with this is not somebody who believes in America. Now, that's a harsh statement. You believe in burning documents because the other side won? You're saying we're covering something up. So I will say they're innocent until proven guilty, but they're guilty. Now let's go see what they were trying to hide. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Well, sure. Of course, we're all excited that spring is almost here in central Indy, but this month when the weather still can't make up its mind and it's going back and forth between warm and cold, Hoosiers get a very specific type of roadway March Madness. It's called potholes. And they're a pain, but you know what? It's one of the reasons why I'm a AAA member. Peace of mind for the roadside assistance. I've had flat tires on the side of the road because of potholes. AAA has been there for me every time.
And if you're having tire issues, AAA's got you covered with their mobile tire service, My Pit Crew. They bring the tire shop to you. I've used this service before, and now that I got my 2 boys driving, this service protects the whole family. So if you don't have a spare, My Pit Crew from AAA, these guys are the best. MyPitCrew.com. You pick out the tires and schedule the install. Join AAA today. AAA members get a discount on My Pit Crew. You can get a AAA membership by calling 844-GO-AAA-GO or stop by any AAA office. AAA.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
If you love spring in Indy but hate the paint, do what Deanna did. She called Rhino Shield.
I was noticing some cracks and the paint's faded. I was like, okay, I think I should get my house painted. So my neighbor had a Rhino Shield placard in the yard. And after they were finished, I was just, wow. With the warranty and everything, it just seemed silly not to go that route.
The ceramic coating of Rhino Shield is specifically formulated for our climate.
So the Rhino Shield crew came out. Nothing was damaged in the process. I was very happy. They just didn't leave a mess. You couldn't even tell they were there. And the house looked so different. It just looked like a new home.
Visit Rhino Shield's booth at the Flower and Patio Show and learn about their 25-year transferable warranty protection. Plus, receive a free prize.
Rhino Shield, I think it increases the value and the curb appeal of your home. Definitely worth it.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
From a fast break to recovery, Indiana hospitals are here for every Hoosier, regardless of their ability to pay. That's why we're teaming up with legislators on a winning playbook to lower costs and protect access to care across our communities. Because good policy doesn't leave anyone on the sidelines. Learn more at HoosierLifeline.com.
Paid for by the Indiana Hospital Association.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what's going on?
Okay, we are bumping on the northwest side. It is a crash northbound 465 at I-865. 2 right lanes blocked. Traffic stop to West 79th Street. Westbound 465 on the northwest side. Crash after Michigan Road, blocking the right lane, causing a slowdown back to the Michigan Road interchange. It is inbound 69 jammed up from 116th Street to 465. It's an 8-minute delay. Southbound 65 approaching downtown. Crash at the White River. That's before MLK, blocking 2 left lanes, stopping traffic back to 38th Street Guyan Road. It's a 29-minute delay. East side crash northbound 465 at Penn Pike, blocks the right lane, causing stop and go traffic back to Washington Street. A 15-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Lear Capital. Our financial system is cracking under pressure. Your retirement is at risk. Take control now. Lear Capital is offering a free Sky High Silver Report and Precious Metals IRA guide at betternestegg.com. Don't leave your future to chance. I'm Matt Bear. Traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
41 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:17.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, Gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Don't stress about plumbing repairs. Call L.D. Smith for honest advice and a free second opinion on any estimate.
L.D. Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Right? I think there's a feeling in the country. I mean, I often say this, you know, we're about to turn 250 years old, right? We're still pretty young for a country. These are our like our angry teenage years, right? We are going through this push and pull where we're happy, we're sad, we want this, we want that. And what do you do when you have a teenager who's threatening themselves and others? You just try to get them through this period alive so that their brain can fully form and you can come back to kind of what
Are
a
you
country.
talking about Trump?
No, I'm talking about our country.
She's talking about Trump. That is Senator Elisa Slotkin, who the Democrats had put up to give the rebuttal to Trump's address to the joint session. You don't have the fully formed brain, but she's there to guide us. Keep this going. Keep doing this. Guaranteed election victories. And to that end, and of course, they're not going to win elections. Someone noted there was a special election in Iowa where the Republican won by 3 points, but Trump had won by like 20 some odd points. And look at how Democrats closed the gap. No, none of that is true. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Great to be with you. As we discussed, we did this at my event, Understanding the Election in 3 Bourbons. When you break down the data of exit polling and you take a look at all the states, right? Trump won all the swing states, but the Republican senators did not. You didn't get the win in Wisconsin. You didn't get the win in Michigan. Why not? You didn't get the win in Nevada. You didn't get the win in Arizona. Why not? Because there is a difference between the Trump brand and the Republican brand. And the Republican brand is not popular. The data supports the theory. Luckily for Republicans, Democrats are less popular because they keep going out there saying, oh, you Trump supporters are all dumb. And Trump supporters say, we're not voting for you. And Americans say, we're not voting for you. Y'all still crazy. And yes, they say y'all. They do. They do. There was a poll taken, and they say y'all. Do not confuse issues. What a misrepresentation of the data. Not interested. Thank you very much. Speaking of data, we're expecting some today on inflation. We should get consumer price index data. That should be coming out, so I'll have that immediately. And then, as we know, and as we have discussed, the Biden administration lied repeatedly about data, what it is that's happening in the economy. Let me say it again for the people in the cheap seats, and don't tell me, hey, I'm an economist. Listen carefully. The economy has not been good for years. Everything Janet Yellen said was a lie, and every conversation of, oh, the economy is so robust, Trump's inheriting a robust economy is a lie, is fraudulent. Why would anybody who said this is a good economy, why would they be allowed a job? It's embarrassing. We live in this real world. We saw it. We felt it. We experienced it. People still did shopping. I noted this. I still believe it's doom spending. People built out more credit card debt, $1.17 trillion. Defaults are growing. That's not the sign of a good economy. Why would anybody say it? Well, I'm a professor in economics. I live in the real world and have neighbors. I win spend so much time in a faculty lounge, eventually you will be made dense. You will be clinically daft. Non-farm business revised versus the published. Real hourly compensation. The published was 1.6, meaning that real wages was up. Oh my gosh, look at the real wages. Look at what we're getting. The revised, down 0.1. So, translation, you got poorer. You got poorer. This, according to E.J. Antoni, putting this out there, economist for Heritage. What possibly could be more clear than this? They manipulated data every single time they spoke. They lied, and in every single revision, you see things being worse off in the overall. Please don't tell us this economy is good. Please don't tell us that Trump inherited a fine economy. No part of that is real. These people hate you. And they're very open about hating you. And they certainly hate everything they have seen over these last 50 days. We discuss it April 17th, the best event of the year. Trump and American Reset in 3 bourbons. It's going to be so good. We're doing another walkthrough next week, and we're starting to plan things out. Bringing on sponsors. I'll be making that announcement hopefully tomorrow. Some very, very cool people joining the event. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. The bourbon, the food, the cigars. We're going to look in these first 100 days. Things we like, things we don't like. Media reaction that has been insane. I've got it all. You're going to laugh your face off. You're going to learn something. You're going to fall in love, might make a baby. I don't know. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. If you're interested in sponsorship, just reach out to me, Tony@TonyKatz.com. I'll get you the information. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Buy your tickets today. Things are now really picking up, and I'm looking forward to some very, very good things. Looking forward to the sellout. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. I hope to see you there. Kokomo, easy to get to. So, boom. You're right up 31. Next thing you know, like, hey, where's this place? Oh, there it is. That's how easy. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Get your tickets. Trump and American Reset in 3 bourbons. Can't wait to bring this to you. Right now, Matt Baer has traffic. Or not. Maybe Matt doesn't have traffic.
Yeah, Tony, I'm working on this right now. It's northbound 465 on the east side, and the crash has cleared at Penn Pike. Wanted to clear up some confusion before we talk to you. Traffic stop and go back to Washington Street, US 40. Then on southbound 65 approaching downtown, it is a crash at the White River before MLK, blocking 2 left lanes and stopping traffic back to 38th Guyan Road for about a 30-minute delay right now. Northbound 465 on the northwest side, crash at 865, blocking 2 right lanes, stopping traffic to West 79th Street. North side crash westbound 465 after Michigan Road, blocking the right lane, causing stop and go traffic back to Ditch Road. On the south side, it's a stall on the ramp from northbound 65 to westbound 465. The ramp is open but partially blocked. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at bwindow.com, get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Baer on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show 3 o'clock this afternoon. Tony Kennett will join us. Also, more Hammer and Nigel Records Madness. 93 WIBC.
When is the right time to file for Social Security? Well, that's a difficult decision today. You have to consider that Social Security is running out of money. You also need to consider the tax hit on your benefits and your IRA and 401k withdrawals. And finally, you should consider your spousal benefits. If you don't consider all these things, you could leave a lot of money on the table.
Bill Demery, your retirement guy. He's going to show you how you could get the most income from Social Security with a free, customized Social Security analysis. So if you've saved more than $200,000, but you've not yet filed for Social Security, schedule your free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, my retirement guy. He should be your retirement guy. 317-648-5120.
Has the holiday season left you overwhelmed, stressed out, and overweight? Do you feel frustrated when you think about what you need to do to be healthy and feel better? You deserve a simple approach to a stronger, healthier, and more enjoyable life. Exercise Inc. has been helping people in Central Indiana reach their health and fitness goals for 20 years. The approach is simple. Strength train with a certified coach once a week for 20 minutes. Adopt the 9 simple habits you need to follow to change your health and lose weight. Then get out there and enjoy life, because you'll be stronger and have more energy, and you're going to feel better, and you'll lose weight, and you'll probably even look better too. And you may even be able to get off of some of those prescription medications. Exercise Inc., Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now in Fishers. The studios are private, no mirrors, no music, and no spandex. Just you and a professional coach working to reach your goals for the new year. Go to exerciseinc.com today to sign up for a free consultation.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 765-545-BATH to schedule your free estimate, or go to bathsareus.com. 765-545-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
We all have people in our lives we interact with. Maybe it's your favorite barista, a neighbor who waves to you every morning, a coworker you grab lunch with, or maybe it's me, the hairstylist you've gone to for years. What if you learned I had a substance use disorder? Would it change how you see me? It's okay to see the addiction, but when you choose to see the person, not just their disease, it can help change someone's life. Learn more at seebeyondtheaddiction.org.
Life-changing discovery should never be left to chance. IU Indianapolis is Indiana's premier urban research university, home to 50 research centers and institutes, which means our students don't just study groundbreaking research, they make their very own breakthroughs from day one. We're here to make the future happen. Bring on tomorrow. IU Indianapolis. Discover what's next at go.iu.edu/breakthrough.
Call today or visit bwindow.com. This month only, receive $400 off per window, $850 off per patio or entry door with 2.99% financing.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
When you can expect some rough weather. It's 50 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Your high today is 71. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. Friday into Saturday is when you could expect severe weather to happen across the state. Cody Moore is a forecaster at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis.
I would say there is a lower tornado threat and a lower hail threat, so I'd say damaging straight-line winds are the main threats, especially along and west of I-65.
Moore says after the severe weather on Saturday, a cold front will move in. Gunshots and crime scene tape outside of a motel on Indy's South Side this morning. The cops were called to a motel along Southeast Street where they found a man who had been shot in the stomach, and they're now looking for whoever shot him. The shooting happened shortly after 7 o'clock. The House passed a spending bill on Tuesday to avoid a government shutdown.
It's going to be great for the American people, a more efficient, effective government that uses their precious resources, their taxes, in a more responsible way.
That's House Speaker Mike Johnson appearing on Fox News a couple of minutes ago, and the Democrats are opposing that spending bill. A woman in Jasper was missing, but she's been found in a wrecked car. Chris Davis has that story.
6 days of searching for Breonna Castle of Wheatfield in Jasper
Jasper County came to an end Tuesday with a discovery by an excavation worker of a car in a farm drainage ditch near a county road near Brook in Newton County in northwest Indiana. When volunteer firefighters got there, they found Castle in the car alive. She was hurt, but she was conscious when she was loaded into a medical chopper and flown off, bound for a Chicago hospital. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
There were two motorcycle crashes within about 30 minutes of each other last night in Indianapolis on the east and far east sides. The cops say the first crash happened about 8, and they believe the man who was driving the motorcycle may have been drinking right before he crashed his bike and severed his leg. About 30 minutes later, along Post Road on the far east side, another crash happened, and police are still looking into that. An abuse of trust. John Herrick reports on how that was part of a case in Johnson County.
A man named Marion Janes was serving time in the Edinburgh Correctional Facility, which is a minimum security facility, until he stole a truck and got caught about 6 hours later, nearly 2 years ago.
Impulse control, I guess, is a weak point for him. Here he is in minimum security. He's got these privileges. It's a lot nicer than the big steel doors clanking behind you all the time. And then he just blew it.
On Tuesday, Johnson County prosecutor Lance Hamner announced that Janes was sentenced to an additional 12 years in prison, and he'll have to serve that at a maximum security facility.
If you need to gas up this morning, you could expect to pay about $2.86 for a gallon of gas today, says AAA. That's up 1 penny from this time last week. Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. With about 4 seconds left to play last night, the Indiana Pacers were down 114 to 111 to the Milwaukee Bucks when Tyrese Halliburton caught an inbound pass from his teammate.
Nembhard will get it in. Here comes a three and a foul! A foul as Halliburton, floating out of bounds in front of the Milwaukee bench, hits a three and draws a foul.
Mark Boyle on the Elevance Health Radio Network. The Pacers win 115 to 114. It's on to Philadelphia Friday to tip off a 3-game road trip. Notre Dame beat Pitt in the ACC tournament yesterday, 55-54 on a last-second controversial foul call. They play North Carolina today. Butler is in the Big East tournament today. They play Providence, and IU and Purdue play in the Big Ten tournament tomorrow. You could hear the IU game right here on 93 WIBC beginning at 11. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 8:35, traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Baer.
We start on the northwest side. It is a crash northbound 465 at I-865, blocking 2 right lanes, stopping traffic back to West 79th Street. This is a delay of 26 minutes. Crash northwest side, westbound 465 after Michigan Road, blocking the slow lane traffic, stop and go back to Ditch Road for a 23-minute delay. Approaching downtown, crash southbound 65 at the White River before MLK, blocking 2 left lanes. Traffic is jammed past 38th Street, Guyan Road, and that's a delay of 35 minutes. A stall on the exit. This is the south side now. Stall on the exit from northbound 65 to westbound 465. The ramp is open, partially blocked. East side, northbound 465. A stop and go traffic. Brookville Road to Penn Pike because of an earlier crash. It's gone. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at bwindow.com. Get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window, plus 2.99% financing. B Window. Proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Baer. Traffic on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
41 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:36.
How bad is it? Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight. Want coffee?
I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz, that's me, by the way. 93 WIBC, good morning. Good to be with you. Holy mackerel. You have got the Dow, the futures up 215, the NASDAQ futures up 185. Why? Inflation 2.8%, less than expected. The CPI was expected to increase 0.3 in February and 2.9 from a year ago. Now, still got to read into the report, into the data, But this making the market very, very happy after a bunch of days of being on the downslide because of tariffs. Maybe some good news for the market. Certainly, we will see what it is, how the White House responds to this. Right now, oil prices $67.18 a barrel, up a little bit on the West Texas crude. Brent crude up to $70.44 a barrel. The 10-year Treasury note bounced down and bounced back up 4.314 right there. People are going to, I think, like the idea that inflation not growing, maybe, let me say it again, maybe cooling. I'd love to see it, but it doesn't really happen without less spending. Right now, we're only talking about less spending. We got to get to it. So so excluding food and energy, so the core rose 0.2 on the month, was 3.1%. So you can argue still a point higher than where the Fed wants to be. If it was 0.2, if you utilize Dr. Matt Will's mathematics, you'll get to 2.4%. So closer, better. But this is 1 month. Not going to get my hopes up. Man, I'd love it. Lower inflation, better for everybody. Inflation is also a tax. Tariffs are a tax. Inflation is a tax. And then there's this story from Gasparino. Now, full disclosure about Charles Gasparino over there at, I don't know if he's at Fox or CNBC, I forget. I had him on the show once, and I thought he was beyond obnoxious. Now, maybe that was just a bad day. Maybe that's exactly who he is, but he's good at his gig otherwise. I haven't had him back. Because it was just ridiculous. But he is making a very unique argument is Gasparino. What he is saying is what the Trump White House has discovered is that Biden increased federal spending by approximately $300 billion in the final months of the presidency. The objective to try and juice the economy, to help get Kamala Harris elected. So he argues that you take that and you combine it with rolling over short-term debt so you don't force rates on the 10-year Treasury note, which we discuss all the time, to spike higher, has created a brutal, ugly, messy balance sheet. That absolutely, they moved money, engaged spending. We already know this from people like Stacey Abrams and others, to aggressively try and get Kamala Harris elected, not worrying about what may come. Because if Kamala had won, they would have just lied about what was happening, like we know they did from E.J. Antoni over there at Heritage regarding real wages. I just thought he was obnoxious. I don't think he's a liar. So I'm not sure. I would love to hear the details of this. But I would take him at his word that this is what he's hearing. Now I just want to see more sourcing of it. More data so we can say this is what they did. Believe it? Oh, I put nothing past the Biden White House. I did put nothing past the progressives. These are the people who told us inflation was transitory. 4 years ago, it was transitory. It was never transitory. Never once, never, ever. I'll have more on this on Tony Katz today at noon. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. It's times like these where what you need is a deal, and that's why you need Circle City Trees. It's your tree guy, and you're like, Tony, I need a tree guy. Oh, Oh, you need a tree guy. You need some shade on the back deck or the patio. You need some separation from that very, very odd neighbor. You need a tree. You see, I told you need a tree guy. You can meet Circle City Trees in person at the Indianapolis Flower and Patio Show, March 15th to March 23rd. They've got the selection, by the way, mature trees, and they take care of the whole thing. They take care of the installation. You don't know how to plant a tree. You don't know how to plant a tree. But Circle City Trees, CircleCityTrees.com, they know how to plant a tree. They know how to do all of it. They're right there in Zionsville. You can check it out for yourself, because picking a tree is it's like dating, right? Every tree is kind of individual. Every tree has a personality. You got to find the one that's right for you. You got to find the tree you want to look at every day and say, hello, beautiful. I love you, tree. CircleCityTrees.com. Talk to them today. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. Pricing right on the website includes the installation and warranty. Check them out. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. CircleCityTrees.com.
In purgatory, tortured souls lie trapped somewhere between heaven and you know where. This is where we find ourselves, trapped somewhere between winter and spring, tortured by strange weather patterns.
As the weather worsens,
cold, snow, and ice.
These temperatures,
then thaw, rain, and flood. Let us be your guide through all stages of
spring,
winter, your severe winter,
spring,
and spring weather station, 93 WIBC.
This is the most exciting time of the year, and we want you to go all the way, even if your team doesn't. March on, Indiana, in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Shop any of Hubler's 13 locations and choose from over 2,000 vehicles, including Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and many more. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, plus a 128-point vehicle inspection, and a free Carfax history report. Hubler's got you covered. Busted brackets not included. For over 2,000 vehicles, visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Hubler's got you covered. Cover me!
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Health gives you the ability to love more, feel more, be more. Health gives you the ability to live an extraordinary life. Because every day, no matter the challenges, is a chance to breathe, laugh until your belly aches, cry because you care so much, and experience everything that makes your life truly extraordinary. For 150 years, Franciscan Health has been there, watching extraordinary lives unfold. Love your extraordinary life.
Traffic on the fives. What are you doing, Matt Bear?
Well, we're looking at the northwest side, Tony. We have trouble with a crash northbound 465 at 865. It blocks 2 right lanes, leaving just the far left lane available. And traffic is stopped back to 79th. That's a 26-minute delay. Southbound 65 approaching downtown. It's a crash at the White River Bridge. Blocks 2 left lanes. Traffic is stopped to Lafayette Road. Delay is at 50 minutes. I would use Lafayette Road to 29th and get back on 65. Also on the north side, crash westbound 465 after Michigan Road, blocking the right lane. Stop and go traffic to Meridian for a 16-minute delay. A stall on the exit south side from northbound 65 to westbound 465. The ramp is open, just a little bit slow. Northbound 465 still grinding from 70 to Penn Pike because of an earlier crash. And lights out Canby. This is State Road 67 at Canby Road. Traffic lights flashing red, backed up on the inbound side. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now at bwindow.com. Get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
42 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:46.
Neighbors you know are talking about Galaxy concrete coatings and their transformation, like Rosemary.
I heard about Galaxy through social media as well as on the radio. I wanted to have Galaxy come out and redo my back patio. It runs the full length of the back of the house.
Galaxy concrete coatings is not epoxy, it's 4 times stronger.
Galaxy was great. They were very thorough. They were very clean, very efficient. They cleaned up after themselves. I was very impressed with the crew.
Commercial or residential, Galaxy transforms pools, patios, garage floors, driveways, and more. And also, it comes with a lifetime warranty.
The reason I chose Galaxy is because of the durability. We've got pets, and so sometimes they do have accidents. It's very easy to just hose off. My neighbors have come over, and every single one of them have said it's beautiful.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We are out of this world.
Ever have one of those days where your gut just feels blah?
Ugh, yes.
Occasional bloating or gas could be signs that your gut is out of balance, but Align Probiotic can help. Align 24/7 Digestive Support is a daily use probiotic with a unique strain to help relieve occasional digestive issues. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand. So when you feel the signs, it's time to try Align. Align Probiotic. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Kendall and Casey.
I'm a young, up-and-coming professional. We are people who want to work. We want to engage. We don't want to be freeloaders. And yet, it makes it very hard for young people to actually do that.
Kendall and Casey, 9 till noon on 93 WIBC.
It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that TV theme song? Here is how we play. Producer Kylan, usually producer Carl, but he is out on assignment. Producer Kylan picks a television theme song. I have to guess what it is. Tony Katz. 93 WIBC. Good morning. We only accept guesses and help if you are watching the live stream, which we had the audio going today, not the video today there on YouTube. So that's the only place I accept guesses from. You have to be a part of the live stream every Monday through Friday to do that. Play it again, producer Kylan. Sometimes these people trip me up. Sometimes they get a little weird. But Ted Lasso is an easy one.
Oh, yeah.
There's usually a bell that he hits when I get it right. It's like a ding ding, and it's all very exciting. It's very Pavlovian. So there it is. There it is. Thank you. Well done. Well said. Ted Lasso. Not every episode was a winner, but in the main, a very fun show. No, some of it was a little wokey silly. Some of it was a little unnecessary. Most of it, super enjoyable.
Have you heard the stuff for season 4?
So all I've heard about season 4 is that there might very well be a season 4. Have they confirmed that?
Apple TV has not confirmed it, but actors have pretty much confirmed it.
So how are they? So Ted, wait, I don't want to spoiler alert the thing. I'm past the point of spoilers, right?
I would hope so, and if not, then they need to get on it. Go watch the show.
All right, so I'm going to talk Ted Lasso spoilers for about 30 seconds. You can turn down, not off, down your radio starting now. So Ted Lasso ends with him heading back home, and he's coaching his kids' soccer team, and he's happier. So what's now going to be the possibility of a season 4? He's not happy and he wants to go win it all? Where are they going to bring the show?
I've seen a couple things. I've seen that they were going to center on different characters within it, which then why are you still going with Ted Lasso? Do something, I don't know, do some other remake. But I've also seen that there was maybe a suspicion that he would then coach a women's team, maybe in America.
They're going to ruin the show.
You never know.
They're going to ruin the show. Because, Kylan, you agree that if he's going to coach women's soccer, that's just awful, right? And you agree that women ruin everything. You agree, producer Kylan.
What do you want from
Thank
me?
you. I appreciate that. Kylan agrees. It's there. Send your hate mail to Kylan at WIBC.com.
All right.
Speaking of ruining everything, Colts general manager Chris Ballard. I'm so proud of that tie-in. The smile on my face. The Colts have signed Daniel Jones to a 1-year, $14 million contract. Now, there have been a lot of moves in the NFL. Sam Darnold is going to Seattle. I mean, that's crazy. Crazy that moves like that have been made. But a lot of moves have been made. They're clearly going to start J.J. McCarthy in Minnesota. Brissett, who used to play with the Colts, is going to sign with the Cardinals. People are moving all over the place. Did DK Metcalf go to... Yeah, DK Metcalf is now going to play with the Steelers. Justin Fields is now going to be the quarterback for the Jets. And we signed Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is the guy who had a horrific career with the Giants, but based on Saquon Barkley, it's probably the Giants. And he's now going to challenge Anthony Richardson for the starting job. Wow. I, by the way, would believe that all of the stories about the Colts trying to shop Anthony Richardson are accurate. I believe that there is, amongst the Colts, buyer's remorse. Do I think Anthony Richardson is a talent? Absolutely. Do I think he needed time to develop? Absolutely. Do I think that what was done to him was nutty? Yes. Do I think he wasn't ready? 100%. Did he humiliate himself with that tap out? Absolutely. Did he deserve to be benched? You bet. No question. Will this actually help him? I don't know. It's one thing to tell a guy he's got to sit down. You're clearly emotionally not ready for this. It's another thing to tell a guy, we've lost faith in you altogether. Which bringing on Daniel Jones is saying. And I have to ask, and someone will know better than me, are we saying that Sam Ehlinger can never be the guy? And we really thought that Jones was better for us than Joe Flacco? I'm a man of questions. Many, many, many questions. We'll discuss it in the days ahead. I'll catch you guys at noon on Tony Katz Today. Matt Baer has traffic.
Northwest side crash, northbound 465 at 865, blocking 2 right lanes, stop 279th. Southbound 65 before MLK, crash blocking the left lane, stop and go traffic to Lafayette Road. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, bwindow.com. Get $850 off per patio or entry door and $400 off per window, plus 2.99% financing. B Window, proud to be employee owned. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
What a day.
You're working too hard.
We're both working too hard with even less to show for it.
What's this?
It's the bills for Tracy's procedure.
This is outrageous.
I know. And Mom just said her prescriptions went up again.
How can working people afford this?
These medical bills are crushing our finances, and these hospitals and insurance groups are making record profits.
You know, I read Indiana has the 9th highest healthcare costs in the nation, and prescription drug costs are out of control.
That's why I voted for Mike Braun. He has a plan to reform Indiana's broken healthcare system. Braun's plan calls for billing transparency, increased access, and lower costs for all Hoosiers.
I hear you. It's good to know help is on the way. Mike Braun's plan will offer real relief for our family budget.
Sign the petition for Braun's healthcare plan at HoosierHope.org. Join Mike Braun's fight for healthcare reform today. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Cold weather brings hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators now $12,000 off and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. So get in on those hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP 104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP 61,695. Offers good through March 31st, 2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Discover cancer care that empowers you at Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center. Our multidisciplinary care team will guide you every step along the way.
It was very overwhelming at first, but I found this whole community of people who are understanding and just very supportive. So I have a lot of thankfulness and gratefulness for who I am through this and after this.
Learn more at ecommunity.com/cancer.
The following is a paid advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center and may not be available in all states.
Have you or your loved ones been injured in an accident that was not your fault? You need to call the Legal Help Center. They handle all types of accidents, from car accidents, motorcycle, DUI, rideshare, to workplace injuries, slips and falls, and many more. Legal Help Center connects injured victims to local area attorneys with experience in your accident. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you need to call. Get your life back, know your legal rights, and get the financial compensation you deserve. Call the Legal Help Center for a free consultation, 800-438-8080. Speak to a live agent now, 800-438-8080, 800-438-8080.
City water or well water, get better water with C&J. You just can't find anybody better than the pros at C&J. Great systems and great people, too. Just call them, 317-733-SOFT.
Has the holiday season left you overwhelmed, stressed out, and overweight? Do you feel frustrated when you think about what you need to do to be healthy and feel better? You deserve a simple approach to a stronger, healthier, and more enjoyable life. Exercise Inc. has been helping people in Central Indiana reach their health and fitness goals for 20 years. The approach is simple. Strength train with a certified coach once a week for 20 minutes. Adopt the 9 simple habits you need to follow to change your health and lose weight. Then get out there and enjoy life, because you'll be stronger and have more energy, and you're going to feel better, and you'll lose weight, and you'll probably even look better too. And you may even be able to get off of some of those prescription medications. Exercise Inc., Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now in Fishers. The studios are private, no mirrors, no music, and no spandex. Just you and a professional coach working to reach your goals for the new year. Go to exerciseinc.com today to sign up for a free consultation.
Call today or visit bwindow.com. This month only, receive $400 off per window, $850 off per patio or entry door with 2.99% financing.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the technology